take a life. Do you want to cross that line? Because it's a long way back from hell.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Why is my picture? Oh, what? Up. X-ray girl. Thanks. What's up, everybody? You all ended promptly. How's it going, everybody? Hope you had a great weekend. Oh my God, I can't wait to retire that, to be honest with you. Let's see who's here. This is the Nerdrotic Nooner. We're gonna do a square up of the chats from Friday, as we usually do. Talk about the latest stuff from Hollywood, which unfortunately there isn't a lot of. And we'll discuss last night a little bit. We'll discuss last night a little bit. What I can discuss at this point. But Trish Page, how you doing? Eric John Pizza Art, thumbs up. Shadow, humor and waffles. Ashmore, here come the oranges. They're tangerines, but I accept them as oranges. It's fine. Man of War, what's up, brother? Neighbor of the Beast. That sucks that's gone out of your name. Father Christopher Miller. We're all going to hell, buddy. You did your best. Bradley Scott, Adventure Seeker, Fancy Gentleman, Razor Burn, Toxic Waltz, CD Stein, Dr. Schlurpo. I can't. Uffenhelder. The brooms. The brooms. They're stealing brooms from Harry Potter set. I would. A lot of people need brooms right now. Axel Foley, Odd Bob, Official Woos, Psychotic Mind Goose, Speed Force, The Last Boy Scout. I actually like that movie a lot. Lord Castle Hale, Book of Grudges, Master Austin, Black Snape, Asher Mori, American Pie, Blackjack, Emilio. Hi, everyone. Hail, and welcome to the show. And topic-wise, yeah, it's light. I do want to talk about the Odyssey casting a little bit later. Or I think there's a new Mandalorian and Grogu clip. Very exciting. I can feel the excitement from the chat. But let's talk about last night, shall we? Yeah. I don't think it's a secret that I don't like interpersonal YouTuber drama. Not a fan. I've talked about this multiple times. Now, it doesn't mean I'm above it. There's other channels that do it and do it well. I talk about Hollywood. That's what I do. I'm about as interested in drama as PPP from the Kino Casino is interested in watching some old guy in front of a bunch of toys talk about the latest Marvel movie. That's about how interested I am in all of this. So, and listen, half or I don't know the percentage are not even going to know what the hell I'm talking about. And you are so much better off. But, part of the gig, part of what we have to do here on YouTube is pay attention, be terminally online. I love this job. I fucking love this job. This is the greatest job in the world. So it is no problem for me to be constantly checking on things, see what's going on. And usually I'm all, that's crazy. That sucks. But then sometimes, I've made this analogy before. When I was in prison, you know, nobody wants to fight, right? So you do your best to avoid a fight, but when you are locked up with a bunch of fucking bad people, you can avoid a fight all you want, but eventually it's going to come to you. And what you have to do is fight. You do. You have no choice at that point. And that's kind of what's happened with the drama that was brought to the door of FNT. And we, you know, I made my statement on Friday. We made our statements. There's a lot has happened. I have never seen anything like this with the quartering drama with Kino Casino. And they had a channel struck down, their Clips channel, that where their editor made all the money from it. So it wasn't really their channel. And by the way, that's how a lot of clip channels work. And I think it's great. I think it's great. And I'm not going to get into any personal stuff at all. Like no personal stuff with Jeremy Hambley or anything. Fact of the matter is that false flagging happened. It was admitted to very recently in a Bearing tweet from the quartering. So whatever plausible deniability is gone, is absolutely gone. That is gone. And then there's the issue of content theft. And I think if you present yourself as a free speech warrior, and certainly if you want to be authentic and honest, it's counterintuitive to steal. If you're going to claim, and bless you if you've converted to Catholicism and or religion, which I'm not in any organized religion. I am aware of the commandments, and there's two. I think it's 8 and 9. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. So they're in the top 10. They're pretty important. Sent down from God. Sent down from God. Don't steal. Don't lie. That's it. It's pretty simple. And this doesn't have to be a hard gig if you're honest. Now, I get called a liar all the time. But I'm not here to change the world. I'm just here to give my opinion on stuff. If people don't like it, they're free to not like it. They're free to make videos about it. They're free to make videos calling me the worst things imaginable. That's fine. That's fine. I feel bad for Chrissy. I do. She stepped into a bad situation, and let's just keep it real. It got worse last night. It got a lot worse. It could have been handled a lot better. What I said Friday, I stand by, and that's a lot of what I said to Chrissy in our phone call. I'm not going to give you all the details. And I'm not going to pile on Chrissy, but it was a disaster. It was a disaster of epic proportions. So, and it's not one that's going to end. I don't know if she's doing another stream tonight to make up for the super chats that weren't read. And again, I don't like drama. I don't like it coming my door. I don't like distractions at all, particularly to what I'm doing on my channel, and I don't want my co-host dragged into this. And we are, and it has to be acknowledged. But one thing I tried to do is mitigate it, because ultimately it ain't my problem. It's not Jeremy's problem. It's not Ryan's problem. But you know, I don't know what the path forward is for Chrissy. I haven't talked to Chrissy yet. I probably will. I probably will. No, this is not this is a Kobayashi Maru of YouTube. There's no good decision in this. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But as far as it's really important. Really important. And we've seen it time and time again. You have to be honest with the audience. And if the audience doesn't feel like, and I am part of that audience, right? My fellow members of the audience. If the audience doesn't feel like they're getting the truth, they will bail. They will bail. And there's one thing, if it's petty drama, I saw that talked about a lot. This is about false flagging, and it's not about who you had on as a guest, or that particular guest. And ultimately, authenticity is all we have. It's all we have. So, it doesn't matter what I want to hear, right? It matters what the audience wants to hear. And if you don't feel like you need to apologize, then don't. But it's not anything I'm asking for sure. But it might be owed to other people, because I think in Chrissy's closer friend circle, it looks like they're feeling pretty lied to right now. So again, this ain't my fucking wheelhouse at all. And I hope it turns out great for everybody. It just doesn't look like we're heading down that road at all at this point, because again, you can't disrespect the audience. We talked about it before. If it's one, there's always somebody in the chat, and God bless them. If you're here, you're here. That's fine. Saying some shit, and you go, all right, yeah, I suck. Thank you. But then if it's 90%, it's 99% of the chat, just acknowledge it, right? Acknowledge it. And I'm sure it felt horrible, and she felt steamrolled. And when that's not a good situation to be in, particularly when you're not prepared for it. But then there's just coming clean, right? So I don't want to say too much more before I talk to Chrissy, but and I eventually will, but I haven't got a text or a phone call yet. But she doesn't owe me that. But yeah. So starting out saying you feel bullied into something, that's going to turn a lot of people off immediately afterwards, right? And they're just not going to really buy into what you're going to say after that. And that it wasn't the case. I don't know who she felt bullied by, but we'll find out. We'll find out. But ultimately, if you're going to be online, you got to kind of know what's going on. You got to do your research as far as topics. That's very important. The topics that we talk about on FNT, and it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to do that. And then you have to tell the truth. And if you are telling the truth, well, then the truth is on your side. The truth is on your side. But nobody's trying to force Chrissy to do anything she doesn't want to do. I'm seeing a lot of suggestions for FNT. But also, listen, I get it if you are, again, steamrolled and you're like, oh my God, all this shit happened. I was not expecting it. And I wanted to do this particular stream. That's fine. The next day, I would come out and just go, listen, I got steamrolled. The next day, holy shit, looked into this stuff. Woo, that's bad. Holy crap. But, ultimately, if a channel gets false flagged, you can expect them to go to war. You can absolutely expect them to go to war. And the worst thing is this isn't petty drama when it comes to false flag. It is like I said before, it's like snitching in prison. And you just fucking can't do it. And it started a wave of it now that isn't stopping anytime soon. And when you go out on Twitter and you start stirring it up and making it worse, and then you say, for example, start calling me and SJW, like even that term is gay, and then you delete your Twitter account and you delete a bunch of videos and you piss off Bering, and Bering goes out and bodies you, absolutely bodied him yesterday, which, I hate drama too. At that point, I would just say, maybe the internet isn't for me. It's a brutal place. You got to have a mindset. I just, Perry, you got to have a mindset for this place. You do. That's it. And also knowing how to choose your battles, right? And that's part of being an adult. But, Chrissy's a grown up, and she will find her way out of this, and we'll see what's going to happen. I mean, it's still pretty fresh from last night. Which is worse, saying SJW or woke? SJW. I think woke gets to the point a lot quicker. I've never used the term SJW. It's fine if people do. I don't care. I just think it's I've always kind of thought it was gay. It doesn't really roll off the tongue well, I know it really worked in 2016, but of course not everybody's going to know the drama. Of course everybody's not going to know the drama, but yeah, and listen, like I said, this isn't my wheelhouse, and it's not stuff I normally talk about or will talk about in the future at all. We'll get right back to the normal talking about the next bad Marvel movie. But yeah, the last thing I'm gonna do is discuss this or make videos on it or constantly talk about a stream. And yes, I am I wish I was a grandpa. I wish my sons would get to fucking work. So we'll see what happens. From that. But no Beardo. Well, no. We're not making any decisions quite yet. But yeah, if there's a clip on Nerdrotic Daily if you want to know what happened. If you want to know what the full story. The full story. In other news, yeah, I'm still getting messages like, I have no clue what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, so, man, I cannot do this in Cliff Notes. I'll try to do it really fast. Kino Casino was going after the quartering. Quartering had enough and said he's going to privately and publicly strike down the Kino Casino Clip Channel and other places. Kino Casino Clip Channel gets taken down. And then Quartering, I got to keep this all straight in my head. Quartering doesn't denies it, although he said it was going to happen. So the internet's going to think what they're going to think, no matter what. Then people get into the what are the oranges are for. That's from a short. Again, there's a million videos out there. You can you can get caught up on that. But it's spiraled worse and worse. And Melanie Mack is a co-host on Quartering's channel. And Chrissy interviewed Melanie Mack without really knowing like how bad the situation was. Apparently, Melanie Mack told her, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. It was a big deal. And Chrissy claims to have not known what was going on, had the interview. It went crazy to the point where it ended up on my door. And I'm like, well, whatever the situation was, I think, whatever you're going to say, it should be said on your channel and not on FNT, because that's not what FNT is for. I don't like taking this now 21 minutes to fucking talk about it at all. And won't continue talking about this shit. And Chrissy did that last night. And the audience, there was a lot of things, but I'm going to save it for talking to Chrissy. A lot of things I saw that I was just not really sure they were that good, including mods, banning people for non-bannable offenses and stuff like that. At this point, like when you come out, you got to come out and kind of come clean on it. That's all. So there we go. There we go. I really fucking hate drama. And we are getting ready for Japan in 2 weeks. Where X-Ray Girl, where did it used to be pinned. It used to be pinned. And I certainly have to bring it up because it's going to be in super chats that we're going to square up. We're going to square up. I'm sweeping. Oh boy. False flagging and stealing are very bad. Even sweeping for that kind of shit is really fucking bad. It is death for a channel. Absolute death. Being dishonest with the audience is incredibly bad. Incredibly bad. So, yeah. But, I don't have like any prepared statements or any shit like that. I'm just doing what I always do. Talk off the cuff. And those are the things that I don't want to be any part of ever. And again, we throw out a lot of criticism. We need, and I've said this before, when dramas come up, we throw out a lot of criticism. We need to be able to take it. And if you see in the past with like Matt Jarbo, it was, he couldn't take criticism. He couldn't take the criticism and freaked out and started flagging channels down. And it all ends the same way. It all ends the same way. All right, let's go. I know Jeremy was talking about this. I don't know if it's confirmed or not. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised. So you have Black Snape, Worst casting choice of the century. Worst casting choice of the century. But Chris Nolan might have outdone it. Nolan might have outdone it. Now, I don't know if this is confirmed. Jeremy said it was 99% confirmed, but and it's not even this casting. It's what I think might be the other casting. But Lupita Nyong'o, is that how you say her name? The girl who was behind Will Smith when Will Smith said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth," and she's like, "Oh, that Lupita Nyong'o," right? Here. So it's looking like, based on this placement in this scene, this is where people are getting this from. Next, God damn it, who's John Bernthal playing again? Yo, let me tell you about Odysseus. It looks like she is.
He's playing Menelaus.
Thank you. It looks like she might be Helen of Troy, Helen of Africa, the continent for which I am an expert for. I can't even say the joke, the best joke I've seen on Twitter about this forever. It looks like a Key and Peele skit. It does. So Lupita Nyong'o, the face that launched 10,000 ships. Nolan, I don't understand what Nolan's doing. So now I can possibly believe that Elliot Page, she's going to be the ghost of Achilles. I don't want to believe it, but I believe it. Now, I have my tickets to this thing, the 70 millimeter IMAX. The 70 millimeter IMAX that went on sale like last year. I think it's been a little over a year. Can't wait to see it. Our 70 millimeter IMAX here in San Antonio kind of sucks because it's it's like an OG IMAX, but the seats are like 1993 seats. So, your ass falls asleep in them and stuff. But yeah, I can't wait to go see it. But now I'm like, I just wanted to fucking enjoy this. It was really cool to hear that Nolan was going to get into essentially fantasy and probably like the OG bedrock foundation of fantasy with the Odyssey. And listen, I read it 25 years ago. I listened to it more recently. Ian McKellen does a reading of it, which is really good. There is, God, what is her name? Hang on. I'll find out her name. The 2017 translation. There it is. Emily Wilson. Emily Wilson is what is she? Is she even she is a British classicist professor. Press X to doubt. Emily Wilson translated the Odyssey through a feminist lens because, my God, that's what everybody wants. And I'm sure all her fellow professors were super happy about it. And yeah. And since it was 2017, we'll say SJWs were probably happy about it too. So Nolan referenced this once. Now, I'm not going to say he was walking around set with her book in his hand, but he definitely referenced it. It was a red flag. It was a red flag. But you know what? Nolan, it seems, has lost his biggest sweeper, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. And yeah, I mean, it's mythology and you can play with it a little bit. And I'm fine with that. I love my history bros, but if you want to play with the costuming and the look and I'm fine with that. As long as we have a good story. But we all saw the trailer. Action figure down. We all saw the trailer. And there's the American accents, which I'm against. I know some people are like, I'm fine with that. No, I'm totally against it. I want to hear some classic British accents in there and not daddy and let's go, brah. The Cyclops is maxing. I swear I'll never say something like that again. I promise. And now I have to get up on my Greek lingo, which is just terrible. I'm probably not to get the Lestrygonians, the giants. I'm fine with them having like a semi-advanced armor. And I don't want to get too in the weeds on that, but if by the way, it's mythology, but if we're going on, that could go on the giants of the ancient civilization sphere that I'm kind of in that believes that there were giants and not like 60-foot tall giants or 30-foot tall giants that are roughly 8 to 9 feet tall and maybe a little more advanced from a bygone era, the men of renown. I'm cool with all that. I'm not cool with Elliot Page playing the ghost of Achilles, even if it's like his punishment. I mean, if it's a troll, he's the lord of the underworld, and they make him look like a poorly transitioned woman as punishment. I mean, haha, that's not what Nolan's doing, though. That's not what Nolan's doing. And I think, the conversation with Odysseus is basically, I'd rather live a long life with as a humble man or something, to what I ended up. And what cheers him up at the end was Odysseus telling him, your son won some battles. He's doing pretty good. And it kind of cheers him up a little bit, being the warlord of hell. And that'll be an awkward conversation with Elliot Page, who can't have sons because she's not a man. But I mean, okay, you say Nolan is trying to get an Oscar, and I would certainly buy into that, except he won all the Oscars already. So if he's trying to get more Oscars, or this is Nolan through his immense power in Hollywood kind of trolling the people criticizing Hollywood, that's the way I see it. Now, I don't know if there was some lore out there that Nolan is like this based dude. We don't know his politics. I don't care about his politics, but what it feels like is, I got your back on this one, Hollywood. I got your back on this one. And he is the biggest star in Hollywood. He is the biggest director in Hollywood. He is the only movie star in Hollywood that can put butts in seats. There is no movie star, not even Tom Cruise, that can do what Chris Nolan can do, right? And I've seen the work of his brother, which is filled with the message, filled with intersectional feminism. His brother was the co-creator of Westworld. And they're doing Fallout right now. I think him and his wife, Lisa Joy. So we'll see. We'll see. But the Odyssey, man, I just wanted it to be good. And I hope it still is. But Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy is just more of the same bullshit. I don't know. Why don't you find a somebody from that region, and stop if anybody says she is, Somebody Greek. I bet you there's some hot Greek women out there. Shave them down a little bit. Especially those armpits. George the Giant Slayer is going to get mad. I'm just kidding, George. A little. Helen of Detroit. LaQuisha of Troy. LaQuisha. What is this? Oh, fucking Mandalorian. With Star Wars, it's like I don't like it. It is the one thing that and it sucks. I wish it wasn't true, but it's how I feel. The sequel trilogies have pretty much, and all the shows I've watched have ruined my enjoyment of Star Wars. And I saw that I talked about it on Friday Night Tights a couple of years ago. I was at the gym and I was watching just on the TV. I was watching Empire Strikes Back. I saw Han Solo getting in the Millennium Falcon. I'm like, oh, that's the guy who walks into a lightsaber like a dumb shit. And I'm like, oh, fucking hell. And Empire is one of my all-time favorite movies. I saw it at a perfect time when I was 11 years old. And it was disappointing, but here we are. So when covering Star Wars, it's basically just chronicling its demise, which is, books will be written, tales will be told, songs will be sung. Songs will be sung about this. I haven't seen this clip. I don't understand why, after being gone for almost 7 years, I do understand that this is the movie they come back with leading up to their 50th anniversary. Oh, it's discussing film. They have me blocked, Chrissy, but I can still play the video. This will get you into theaters, though.
Mandalorian still priceless on the black market.
But what's even more is knowing we have shamed you forever.
We know the Mandalorian Queen. You
Oh, man. Hang on. Pedro Pascal, mad dogging. Pedro Pascal, mad dogging. Look at that. Like you just insulted his brother by calling his brother his brother.
Queen, you the outcast for letting an enemy see your face.
Not if you all die.
Oh, not if you all die. So his choice of oh boy, God, this is gonna rhyme, of using the voice the way he does is so fucking low effort. This is the easiest paycheck this guy's ever made. I don't know how much time he was actually on screen for this movie. I heard a lot, but we'll see. Mostly the Mandalorian has been like a stunt man, and Pedro Pascal has delivered every line like that. I feel the emotion.
It will bring us ecstasy to watch your strong spirit break.
Man, that's going to get you to the theaters. I feel the excitement. Let's go. He sounds Mexican. That would be better. That would be better. Órale ese. Took off my mask, homie. And that brilliant logo. I know it's kind of a dumb thing to go off on, but it's not really. Bringing in the Hutts, and it's Rada the Hutt. And I brought it up on Friday Night Tights. Rada the Hutt was the center point of the Clone Wars movie, which was terrible. I think we will see the same result. That was interesting because the Clone Wars movie was arguably the first, in my opinion, major misfire from Lucasfilm. Now, people can certainly talk about the prequels, and I'm no fan, but you can't say they weren't successful. You can't say they didn't make a lot of money and get a new generation of Star Wars fans going, but that did not do well. It was very boring. It was very boring. And I remember walking out of that. I got a free pass from the comic shop just going, what the fuck was that? And why does everybody look like they're made out of wood? And I've never been a huge fan of the Clone Wars animation, which looks like people carved out of wood and stuff. Never been a fan of that. When is Stephen Colbert leaving? I keep hearing about his exit. So is it the May 21st, I think, is his last show. It can't come soon enough. It can't come soon enough. Oh, and man, there it is. There it is. Stephen Colbert from the Colbert Report. I honestly can't believe he lasted this long. So they're going to make him a martyr like they've tried to make Jimmy Kimmel a martyr. The Stephen Colbert exit interview, I did not expect it to end this way. Really? Upwards of $40 million. What? That's what his salary was. I forgot what the amount was per show, but it's millions of dollars. He has a team of 11 writers. They have to rent out that building space. Of course, it's going to be a fortune. And oh yeah, nobody's watching. Nobody's watching, so they won't watch the ads that pay for your show. And you weren't funny. You weren't funny. I get you were funnier on when you were doing the Colbert Report. Kind of. I was never a fan of Jon Stewart or the Colbert Report, but I would argue he was at least funnier. As the Late Show nears its final bow, the host opens up about the cancellation that shocked the industry, the win of going out as a martyr, and his next act in Middle Earth. And this is exactly why he got the job from Peter. It's because he's a martyr now. And take that, chuds. We're going to have Stephen Colbert write the next Lord of the Rings movie, which will be adapting a couple of chapters that weren't adapted for the Peter Jackson trilogy. So you will have to have a timestamp to stop watching Fellowship so you can go watch 2 movies now. 2 movies before they take the hobbits to Isengard. Actually, I think they both, this is leading up to the Prancing Pony. When Stephen Colbert landed the Late Show in 2015, he received 2 notable calls, one from David Letterman, and he'd be replacing the other from Letterman's rival, former Tonight Show, Jay Leno. Jay called me right away, and he was lovely. As he slips into Leno impression, he goes, yeah, you got the Pope job. You got the job till you're dead. Well, you were wrong on that one, Jay. Well, you could have had the job until you were dead. You just needed to be funny. Last July, Colbert looked straight to the camera and announced that his 11th season of The Late Show would be his last. CBS, whose parent company, Paramount, was in the midst of closing a multi-billion-dollar merger with David Ellison's Skydance that required the Trump administration approval, insisted that it was purely a financial decision. But the choice to cancel number 1 show in late night raised more than a few eyebrows, particularly as it came to the next 2 weeks after Paramount had agreed to pay Trump 16, of course they're going to mention this, 16 million to settle a controversial lawsuit over a 60 Minutes interview. Are they going to get into details? Are they going to hyperlink to what the controversy was, which was disingenuously editing an interview? Nope, of course not. In the 10 months since, Colbert had not held back, regularly jabbing his network, its new owner's cozy relationship with the president, and reports that his show was hemorrhaging 40 million. There it is, 40 million. Like, that's it. Gosh damn it. What the hell? Oh, I'm not even going to try it. Fuck it. You can see it. It says 40. I don't know what the fuck's going on. 40 million a year. So it was hemorrhaging 40 million. I didn't think it would end this way. That is crazy. Being able to be brutally honest, really, brutally honest about all of it was part of the arrangement he made with his bosses last summer. He also continued to mercilessly critique Trump on a nightly basis. And I'm wondering why doing that, whether you like the president or not, leads to bleeding $40 million. I mean, it just gets fucking old. If there's a silver lining to Colbert's unexpected ouster, it's that he is now able to be ultimately involved in co-writing an installment of the Lord of the Rings franchise. I would, oh my God, I'd almost rather he just continue working on late night, to be honest with you. The project is already 6 years in the making and a lifelong dream for the self-proclaimed superfan. And though he isn't ready to sign on to any other projects just yet, he began fielding scripts immediately after he announced his late night chapter would conclude. He says he could see creating another show too, and that his desire to perform will always be there. He jokes, got to say it up front, got to stay in front of the lens, baby. On an April afternoon in New York City, Colbert settled in for a two wide-ranging conversations about his surprise cancellation, his late night fraternity, his Hollywood future, and the real reason his studio audiences told in no uncertain terms not to boo Trump. Are they told that? Oh boy, I'm not going to read this entire Cope session. Yeah, I mean, if gun to my head, I'd rather have him continue doing late night than write Lord of the Rings. I would much rather have that. I'm just reading that what Pete Davidson makes shocking Charlie Kirk joke at Kevin Hart roast. Oh, I didn't see the Kevin Hart roast. Damn it. That is something I want to see. Hang on. Got a cough. That's better. Let me look through here. You sign off May 21st. I don't care about that. Your manager, don't care about that. You've joked about reports that suggest the show's been hemorrhaging money, losing $40 million a year. So you joked about the reports that suggest the show's been hemorrhaging money, losing $40 million a year. I think we killed people. So that's where the money went? Yeah, just for sport. I've been bludgeoning drifters. In all seriousness, does this figure sound accurate? It came as a surprise. Listen, there's no denying that the broadcast model is in huge trouble. But our model, late night, within the overall model, has been very profitable for like 70 years, starting with Steve Allen. But maybe we're the first show to then be a detriment. Maybe we were the first one to flip it the other direction. I do not wish to litigate it. It's their shop and they can do what they want. So he's saying, yeah, it was totally profitable. And unless we're the worst show, that wasn't in this super profitable thing that's falling apart, by the way. They can do what they want. So it sounds like the number was accurate to me. He didn't answer the question. Has there been any outreach from David Ellison since Paramount Skydance merger closed on August 2025? No. So you have no relationship with the current CEO? No. I mean, I've spoken to the guy and I hear great things about him. I have many friends who said to me during the early merger, you guys will be lucky if it's David Ellison because he's actually cares about making stuff and he wants the talent to be happy, which is everything I've heard about him, by the way. He's gonna he's gonna twist it just like Kimmel's gonna twist it when he's gone. They're gone because they're losing money. Nobody's watching. That's why they're gone. Animal Farm. Oof. Animal Farm. This is from Culture Crusader. Oh, you got something there too, Chrissy. Let's take a look. Oh, blurry for a second. Where is it? I see. Oh, there it is. The Devil Wears Prada 2. Making lots of money. Melissa said it sucked. And she loved the first one. Mortal Kombat 2, which I liked. It was a really fun B movie. Not anything I'm probably going to go run and watch again, but I enjoyed it for what it was. Michael, which I have not seen, still making a lot of money. The Sheep Detective, a lot of people are saying that was pretty good. Billie Eilish, couldn't care less. The Super Mario Galaxy movie, still making some money. Project Hail Mary, best movie of the year. Oh, and there's Animal Farm at number 9. Now, it doesn't have an international release. This is just in the States. So what's its total? So Andy Serkis Animal Farm cratered in its second weekend. I love that they're starting with Andy Serkis. At the box office, it dropped 80% to only gross $663,624. The film has only grossed $5 million overall. Is this a bad sign for Serkis directing with The Hunt for Gollum? Yes. Yes, not a good idea to muddy the theme of Animal Farm with an unnecessary third act. I mean, the movie just sucks. It just sucks. But an unnecessary third act that you can interpret a lot of ways. The communist revolution wasn't tried properly. Capitalism bad, technocracy bad. But again, Angel Studios' worst crime was going after the audience. You see, there's a theme here. There's a theme here. The audience will have their say, whether you like it or not. What has been the biggest problem with Hollywood, gaming, and comics? Sure, there's bad writing. Sure, they're shoveling out a lot of shit. But it's that third one. And it depends on you where you want to rank it. Many producers, writers, comic book writers, game designers, devs, actors are going after the fans, going after the audience constantly. And Hollywood is in the worst shape it's ever been in. Comic book publishing is in the worst shape it's ever been in. I can't speak to gaming, still making money, but it seems like there is a rise of independent gaming, which is a direct result of the AAA game. Obviously, I'm a gaming expert, so. But the AAA games out there have been, filled with, there's the Sweet Baby Inc., there's Anita Sarkeesian, and then there's voice actors. going after fans. You can go all the way back to Gamergate and all that good stuff. But that one's still dominant because people love gaming. What has fallen off the most is Hollywood and comics, and they have fallen off because whatever potential customer you had, you pissed off and doesn't want to come back anymore because you blame them for your mistakes. You weren't honest with them. You were disingenuous. These are things that are tough to come back from. And Animal Farm did it with video. I thought they probably thought they were being cute, cheeky, and there was certainly a way to do it, but the way they made the video with Temu Will Ferrell was not the way to do it. And I haven't gotten a single comment or email going defending Angel. Everybody's like, what the fuck were they doing? And it seemed antithetical to everything they told me they were about. And then kind of throwing the guild members under the bus, where now I'm hearing, and I'm not the only one, other people are hearing from guild members going, no, that's not how it went down. So I don't know for sure. Oh, I see somebody tagged in Lady Greymaster on that one. They did. Oh, fucking Odyssey. What are you doing? What are you doing? And God, back to the Elliot Page thing. Mahler and Az brought it up, and so did Jeremy. Bringing Brad Pitt in as the Ghost of Achilles would have been perfect. And who knows, that can still happen. A lot of people were shocked to see Matt Damon in Interstellar. Jeremy, if he could, would marry that movie and have kids with it. He would. All right, let's get to the peeps. Where are ya? There we go. We'll start with the Z member. Zodlander is a new member. Welcome, Zodlander. Zodlander, been a member for 3 months, says, I hate that this has been dragged into your house. Love FNT, and I don't want FNT dragged down by a scumbag that I think just needs to get off the bottle. Alcoholism is a vicious, vicious disease, and I would say it's in the realm of addiction. Oh, outside of the new stuff with fentanyl, which I cannot speak to, I still say it's the worst. I've basically, when you do a hard drug like heroin or coke or meth, it's been described, they do this all the time in rehabs. It's described as it's like a scalpel, like cutting parts of your brain out. And alcohol is a grenade to your brain. It ages you. It's terrible for your skin. It's terrible for your digestion. It's terrible for your brain. It's poison. It's poison. And it's readily available everywhere. So very difficult to get away from when, particularly, not lately, because I don't know how people socialize now. But with bar culture, and there's booze at every game, there's booze everywhere. It's tough. The one thing that helped me and other hard drug addicts is that shit's hard to find. It's not like you can just walk up to the corner and go find some Coke. So it's very difficult to find. Getting off the bottle, listen, if recreational, I wish I could be a recreational drinker. But I can't be that. I'm not the kind of person who's going to leave a half glass of beer or whiskey on the bar and walk away and not worry about it. Like that would be my focus, right? But there are meetings out there. There are rehabs, but like there's meetings everywhere that you can walk into anytime and you will be welcome. And you can go to a meeting and you can go to church. Per FF discussion, I vote FNTAP while you guys are gone. So yeah, that was brought up on Forbidden Frontier. I haven't told the guys about it yet, but it was a great idea because the chat usually comes up with the best ideas. So in Japan, we're going to be missing a episode of Friday Night Tights. Half the crew is going to be in Georgia, and then we're going to be in Japan for over a week. And then somebody suggested, hey, why don't you do substitutes? And I'm like, oh, that's a really good idea. So Az will be hosting and we will fill in the roster. He's going to fill in the roster, right? But we'll have some regulars there, like Real Fake Wizard. I don't think he's going to Georgia. So Real Fake Wizard and Comics, but then we'll fill out the roster from there. But it was a great idea. Gregory Battery, thank you for gifting 1 Nerdrotic membership. I appreciate it. Sorry if this is a loaded question. It's all right, man. There's no handbook for this shit. I'll answer honestly. But will Chrissy be returning to FNT, or is that not up for discussion yet? I need to talk to Chrissy. That's why, I didn't want to say too much because I still need to talk to her, right? Because I really, this is how I deal with things on phone calls and not on streams. Now, I'll certainly tell you what I thought of the stream, which it wasn't good. It wasn't good for my eyes. I mean, you guys might see it differently. But again, there's no handbook for this shit. But she had a lot of friends talking to her about it, right? And the thing is, though, you can make suggestions and advise, but ultimately, Chrissy's got to say what she wants to say. And but the best friends are the ones that tell you when you fuck up. My wife, best wife in the world, best friend in the world, has no problems telling me when I fuck up, to the point where she loved me enough to have an intervention and kick me out of the house. So that's the kind of thing. It's the kind of thing. Friends don't sign off on shit that is against their values. Hale, the whole quartering thing is nuts. She's not terminally online. She said time to figure it out. I was surprised by her take yesterday. Live long and prosper. Yeah. I was surprised too. Me and Mike Harlow volunteer as Temu tribute for FNT. Bet's talking. What's up? Say what's up to Mike too. Mike Harlow. Mikey Harlow. You volunteer as tribute. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Canson has gifted 5 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Thank you. Alex901 has been a member for 3 months. Happy Monday. I hope everyone is having a great day. At least you didn't say weekend. Appreciate you, Gary. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Jeremy was talking about this, but it doesn't make it any less true because it came from Jeremy. No, it's actually pretty good. He was talking about COVID, watching WWE during COVID without and baseball and football with no crowd, and it just was fucking terrible. Live streaming is for the interaction. It's for the interaction. I've been doing it since I was doing it when I didn't know I was doing it. If that makes any sense. It doesn't. I had no idea there was a chat first time I live streamed, but I've been doing it for over 10 years now. And it's for the interaction. And we just sit there and shoot the shit. I just give my opinions on stuff and I'm honest about stuff. That's it. And you have to acknowledge the chat. And you can't be disingenuous to the chat. You just can't. Volman, thank you for gifting one Nerdrotic Live membership. I appreciate it. And he gifted another. Thank you. Have fun in Japan. Some epic megalithic sites over there. I plan to go there when I retire, hopefully. I can't wait to see the megalithic sites because they don't get enough, in my opinion, considering they're in Japan, they don't get enough publicity because they're amazing and crazy. And who in the hell made them? We'll find out. We'll get to the bottom of it, just like we got to the bottom of the pyramids, which I told you was Atlanteans. Now that Jeremy from the Quartering is kicking everyone out, is he going to also close FNT? I heard from Alex Jones that he is the creator of the show. You never know, Zen Zoltan. Alex Jones has his own problems right now. Everyone has a Tardo-like friend. Just be honest and say, I know she's Tardo, but I love her anyway, instead of playing dumb. That was my problem. Yeah, it's don't play dumb in these situations, particularly when you know what's going on, right? If you're actually dumb to the thing, fine. But when you know it's going on and you just try to avoid it, it ends up making things worse. And it's not honest. It's not honest. I mean, ultimately. All right, we're going to get to FNT. And like I said, honesty is all we have. Integrity is all we have. And it's one thing to get blindsided and not know what to do, but then, just be honest after that. It's simple. Def Leppard for 10. Gunter Gleiber Glusen Glauben. Gary's shower guard for $3. Mortal Kombat 2 is better than 1, but I still was disappointed. The ending erased most of the stakes. Shao Kahn, I'm going to get all these names wrong. Shao Kahn's buff takes away his menace and competence. Costumes aren't game accurate. Still does adapt the lore well. Scorpion and Sub are basically cameos. Ryan Kinnell for $10. I was surprised to learn Beardo actually had a date for last Valentine's Day. Turns out he was right. It was February 14th. Ryan Kinnell for $10. Seeing Jeremy speak with subject-verb agreement gives me, happy learned how to putt vibes. You barely earned that one. Person who acts as Ryan Kinnell. Big Bob for $25. I agree with the fake wizards. 5 people destroying entertainment, but I think writers are doing the most damage. They are. They cannot tell great stories and with decent characters. Everything is politics, self-inserts, and emotions. Hail to the Fellowship of the 199. Diabetido for $5. Diabeto? Hail from Idaho. Just turned 21. Been watching since I was 15. Holy shit. Where Star Wars is now makes me sad. First movie I ever saw was Revenge of the Sith. Is Andor worth getting a Disney sub to watch? No. There are only 6 Star Wars films, 1 through 6. I would find other places. Maybe you can rent Andor somewhere if you want. I mean, some of my friends would highly recommend it. I wouldn't get a sub. If you're gonna do it, make sure you set your reminder to cancel. Cancel Disney Plus. Anonymous for 20. Finishing 5 years of PhD, been brutal. Few friends, living alone, hard times, crippling depression, suicidal ideation. Oh, no. FNT has been light, much needed levity and community. You aren't just retards on the internet. You mean more than you know. Hail FNT. We are anonymous, and definitely talk to somebody, please. Please. And I know how much like live radio and live streaming can help when you're feeling lonely, because it helped me too. But yeah, definitely talk. And listen, we are retards. We know our place. And the whole point of FNT is just to laugh at shit and be retards. And most of the time you're laughing at our expense, and that's good. That's good. I don't take the show too seriously. Now I take the work leading up to it seriously, but the show itself, I think it's pretty evident I don't take very seriously. It's a shit show. It's a shit show. And it needs to be fun, because most of the time you're watching a stream, and particularly with news, and it's supposed to be counter programming to the news. And I never watched much Collider, right? So I can't speak to that too much, but I didn't want to be that. I think Collider was trying to be the ESPN of nerds, having a studio, and I just wanted it to be just sitting around with your homies talking shit, just like we did in the comic store all day long. Big Bob for JC, $25 because he gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships. Slam Star Productions has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. Thank you very much. Now that's it. Hail to the fellowship. Hail. There were people as dedicated as Jeremy to a national leader in a movement. There were called, oh boy. You know what? I'm German. I'm really bad at my German. The Sturmbelingelungel. The 1930s Germany. Check out the Nazis and Warning from History documentary. You'll see. Albert, not a retro. Are you calling Jeremy a Nazi? He's Mossad, okay? Ron for 10 Chilean pesos. Mother's Day is at 10, you ungrateful idiots. Get your mother, the woman who brought you into this world in pain and agony, flavors, and tell her, I love you, Mom. Ungrateful idiots. I mean, it's a proper chew out. It's a little bit lost in translation, but I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. Hope you called your mom, or it's a fucking nightmare for me. Wife, 2 moms, sisters, nieces. Now, none of the nieces have kids yet, but they will, because they're, I was going to make a joke. I can't make a joke about my sweet nieces. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. I was thinking about doing it, but I'm not. I love them. Yeah, lots of women, surrounded by fucking women. Thankfully, I have 2 sons. Otherwise, I would be, my daughter would hate me, because I wouldn't just be like a helicopter dad. I'd be like fucking Black Hawk helicopter, Airwolf, Blue Thunder dad. There are only 2 ganders, Man and Wainab. The end. I missed something there. Hail to the mobs for keeping up the chat today. Or mods. Why I say mobs? Hail to the mods, by the way. Hail to the mods. Chief Tuscalooso for $9.99. Chrissy being complicit in all this is disappointing. Her and Mac lying the entire time to their audience. Garbage people. You can't lie to the audience. You can't. Albert, not a retro for 5 Canadian pesos. Somebody put Eric debunks out of our misery, please. Maybe EFAP could do it. It's not anything that's bothering me, but yeah, maybe he'll be on an EFAP. You never know. I think wasn't he involved in the, not negatively, I want to be fair here. Wasn't he involved in the Otterly Noah situation where Otterly Noah was stealing content and not stealing content in the sense that Jeremy from the Quartering was stealing content by putting a very short intro on somebody else's short and playing it in its entirety without giving the creator any credit and slapping his his brand on it. Stealing content in the sense of plagiarizing. And it wasn't just any content, it was plagiarizing content that was calling Critical Drinker, yours truly, and as grifters. So to call us grifters, you stole a video, like word for word, edit for edit, or stole the video and just put your own thing on it and made little changes to the words to call us grifters. And got away with it for a long time. And his friends were sweeping for him pretty hard till it became undeniable. Pineapple sucks, says MacGyver for $2. You know, we are here for free speech. You can say that and be wrong. Jared Pinkston for $2 doesn't say anything, walks away. You think the character from Gem V beats Homelander? Asked James Peoples for $2. Somebody's going to beat Homelander, who finally got the V1 and now is immortal, and somebody will beat him in the end. It's just weird that the boys have been so sidelined in their own show. But it also really sucks. Reminder, oranges are extremely toxic to sweep up. Many don't know this, but it could result in the death of your career, says DEI Love You for $4.99. Wise words. I was there live to witness and sent a super chat on the same stream. Don't try to gaslight internet autists. Don't. See, that's where the mistake was made last night. There was a way to do things, and that wasn't it, unfortunately. Ribe for $4.99. Why do I have a constant retard on FNT just making outlandish, absurd, stupid, brain-dead NPC illogical debates comparing Spider-Man versus Nintendo? Spare us. Ribe, you're going to have to be specific. Why do you have a constant retard on FNT making outlandish and absurd, stupid, brain-dead NPC, I don't know about NPC, illogical debates? I mean, again, you'll have to be specific. Okay, Dr. Manhattan versus Dr. Doom. Dr. Manhattan, Ron. Okay. How powered up is it? God Emperor Doom? Dr. Manhattan still beats him. Xavier Hart for $5 Australian dollars, or no, Austrian dollars or Austrian pesos. Chat, let's make Street Fighter the biggest movie of the year. I'll watch it 4 times. All to spite Jeremy, of course. Love your stuff, Jeremy. Hail chat. Was he coming out against Street Fighter? I don't think so. Joel Cagerman for $10. Chrissy kept saying she didn't know anything about the Quartering when she was streaming with Melanie. This is a lie, because she was active in Camelot's chat during his live stream about the Ren Fair video. Well, and then she was on a stream with Nina and Verbal Riot, where they explained it to her a couple weeks ago. pretty much in detail. Up to that point, I believe. Green Lantern versus Dr. Manhattan. Super Suit. Tell them, Frost. Gregory Lieber for 20. Platoon versus Jeremy. The Unstoppable Intelligence versus the Immovable Retard. That was good. I love Platoon. Reminder, even though Jeremy is not correct in this debate, he was correct in condemning Jeremy Bullcuck, the Quartering, and Melanie Mack. Says DEI, I love you. And there's 4 oranges after that. 4 oranges. Bot Chad for $10. Hey, guys, how's your ceiling cats doing? Did you if you guys watch Forbidden Frontier, by the way, it's the best Jeremy impression I can do. You know, I think they invented well, not invented, but they, you know, because you can only go up to 2.0 to speed up your video. Now you can go up to 3.0. I think that was for the quartering. So in the UFO files, there was a release there was a release of an encounter with a Catwoman. You'll still have that file, X-Ray Girl? The bad AI. I just said DE. I was about to say DEI. Do you have that, X-Ray Girl? Because
Looking for it.
We need to discuss the horrible repercussions, ramifications, causations. That's a different one. Oh, is that better? God. So there is a file that it was Desert, Nevada. I'll break it down quick. Desert, Nevada. Hiding behind a rock was a feline-like alien who came out from behind a rock and said, I mean you no harm. This is an actual fucking government. This is where our tax dollars are going. And listen, I believe in UFOs. I believe in all this shit. This is fucking whack. So Catwoman comes out from behind a rock and says, I mean you no harm. I mean you no harm. You're perfect. And they take her in and interrogate her, and X-Ray Girl. Then they let her go. I can't read that shit. It's too small. But
yeah, so she appears with as a 110-pound, 5'4" feline-like female.
110 pounds. How tall was she?
5'4".
So a little thick.
Yeah. And
I mean, like proper thick though.
And then she says, "Please do not be afraid. I mean you no harm." And she had ears that seemed like a cat, as well as a tail that was 78 centimeters long.
The fucking furries.
No observable body hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
That takes away the furry argument a little bit. But the furries are going to be incorrigible over this one.
So, let me see if I can find a. Oh, here. This one has a AI image of. Oh, come on. Of course, it's not working now.
Is it Brave?
Yeah.
Brave's been acting like shit lately.
Here, it's on another page for me. So this is an AI image of the cat girl.
It just looks like. Could you highlight the picture?
Yeah.
So it's just a girl with cat ears.
I can't find the one that we had last night because I didn't share it in the chat, and I kind of regret not bookmarking it. So,
did she have a bag of jewelry?
But I'm sure all the furries are just loving this.
Oh.
Like, I think it's absolutely nuts. Apparently, the entity also said, "I'm an explorer. I was observing your planet. Your species has great potential, but is self-destructive. I cannot interfere. This is our directive. I will return, but not soon."
And fucking Tobias from in the Geeks and Gamers chat is like, I fucking told you.
I don't want
Well,
to believe that's real.
do they have cat boxes? Do they go in cat boxes?
Their
That's the
ship probably
question.
is a box.
Their entire ship is a cat box. Jesus. Yeah. I said, God, I wish I could find it. Hang on. I think I liked it. It was a good meme, a proper meme. There's Gina getting ready for a fight. Let's see. Nope. Bet you can guess what my Twitter feed is filled with right now. Holy shit. No. So it was the Pawn Star guys going, you want the Epstein files? Best thing I can do is Hantavirus and Alien Files with cat women in it. With fucking cat women. Yeah, that really helps. Thank you. Thank you. That'll help the validity of this topic. Fat Rick is visibly frustrated over a Mario stand. I don't understand that, but that's not new. That's not you. It's me. DEI love you for $4.99. Reminder: today, Cobra Jeremy Prime showed great integrity and grit in condemning Melanie Mack and the quartering. He deserves respect. Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's very difficult to play dumb to what has been clearly trending on YouTube for 3 weeks. And every time you think it's going to die down, something happens to restart the clock. And it's always something new. It's just out of left field. Like interviewing Melanie Mack, who in that entire interview just had the broom out. Had the broom out. And again, we're not talking about like somebody called somebody gay or some, again, I'm not going to get into the other channels will do that, but I'm not going to get into the personal life aspects, but we can keep it to what we know, which is announcing you're going to false flag a channel, and then that channel gets false flagged exactly how Jeremy Hambley announced it was going to get false flagged. So, of course, the internet is going to come to the conclusion that what happened was what Jeremy Hambley said was going to happen. But then later on, we get undeniable proof, not that I think anybody needed it at this point, from Bering, where Jeremy Hambley said, yes, I'm paraphrasing here because I can't see I'm not looking at the DMs right now. Yes, I did the flagging. So there's that. And then there's the stealing of content. Also, Superman versus Lobo would be awesome. It would, Ron. But we're going to have Supergirl and Lobo instead. And their next announced movie is the guy who directed Superbad is going to direct a Deathstroke and Bane movie. What? Before Batman. So what do we get next? The Mad Hatter and Plastic Man? Like, what are we doing? I like Deathstroke. I like Bane. Both villains. both related to Batman in some way, but no Batman. It's fucking stupid. DE, I love you for $4.99. Reminder, Brittany Venti tried earnestly to reach out to Chrissy to defend herself and condemn Jeremy, was ignored, and we were gaslit. Shameful. I think, God, I don't want to speak for anybody else. And again, I still have to have a conversation with Chrissy, just asking her, like, what's going on. But people did reach out. I don't know the exact timing, but I think Nina reached out before the interview with Melanie Mack as well. And she has a close circle of friends who were talking to her, right? Dennis Shook for $19.99. Hail, Den of Nerds has said that Hinkman's Secret Wars is amongst the best Marvels in Marvel's catalog. I like Josh, but trust you way more. I haven't read it. Could you explain why you think it's trash and why Josh may like it? Josh can like what he likes. Josh can like what he likes. I didn't like it because of the consequences of what happened afterwards. I thoroughly disliked it for basically bringing in parts of the Ultimate Universe. And that's the day I believe Marvel died. Like it or not, Marvel is a single continuity. And it's fine to have alternate universes and the Ultimate Universe, which was relaunched again. But Josh can like what he likes. I have no problem with that. This wouldn't be the Secret Wars I would adapt. I would adapt the original, but it's kind of hard to do that because, well, they got everybody now. They got everybody now, pretty much. Yeah. I don't think there's anybody they would have to leave out. So I think they could. But I think Disney has a propensity to adapt the things that were written under their management, which is post 2009. But ultimately, it muddied the waters of Marvel after that, and it wasn't anywhere near Annihilation. Now, if you want a good like crossover event, Annihilation is fucking awesome. It's the best. DE, I love you for $4.99 says, reminder, today Cobra is the only good Jeremy I know, unlike Jeremy the Quartering and his sweepers, Mel and Chrissy. 4 oranges after that. Gotta acknowledge the oranges. Kano carries these new movies. Also, I hated how they made Katana the main character. I kept on, X-Ray Girl's gonna laugh. So I kept on thinking Katana is Chun-Li. I'm surprised I didn't say that on Friday Night Tights. Fixated on thick thighs. It's so. Bill Herb for $10 Australian. Kano carries the new movies. Also, I hated how they made Katana the main character. I get it's a silly franchise at times, but wish they took it more seriously and give it more impact. It's mediocre. I think they tried the earnest. I mean, that is a balance you have to, and man, it works sometimes and it doesn't. It works for One Piece. It doesn't work for other things, but you have to balance, like, it's goofy, but you still have to. The thing about One Piece is you have this goofy setting, but there is a lot of earnestness and real character moments. But that comes with characterization. Sometimes you don't have enough time to do that in a movie, and Mortal Kombat 2 had a lot of characters, kind of difficult. But yeah, we'll see the next when in He-Man, when Masters of the Universe comes out. That's another one that'll have to strike that balancing act. Bucko5 says Jackson Cato for $5. Thank you. Amish Warlord for $4.99. So they like masks when superheroes wear them, but not law enforcement. Got it. Saltysaurus Rex for $2. Guys, Street Fighter missed out not casting DSP. I agree. Ron for 5 Chilean pesos. I was 12 when I got Spider-Man comics and Hellspawn. By the way, the best comic ever made. Tim Tam for $4.99. I only watched the first few episodes. Disney is incapable of making the magic from Netflix Daredevil. I think that is not that we needed it, definitive proof that Disney cannot make Marvel when you have all the pieces there. And it is the last episode of Daredevil season, Born Again season 2 is the worst episode of the series. It is laughably bad. Kingpin kills 50 fucking people brutally in front of everybody. And they're like, here, take this deal to walk. We just want you to leave the city. Meanwhile, they arrest Daredevil for attempted murder and let Kingpin go for all the actual murder he did. It doesn't make sense. Kingpin is thinking he is doing a good thing. Kingpin thinks he is the good guy. Did any of you read the books? Asked Ron. Yes. I've read the books before the Mayor Kingpin arc, and the whole mayor fucking villains becoming mayors and presidents. It's not my favorite thing to do. But before that, it would be really hard to argue that Kingpin thought he was the good guy. Before those arcs and before, early days. Matt begging him to take the deal and entirely escape consequences is insane. Absolutely fucking insane. It contradicts his entire character arc. It does. And I know they were setting it up, Mahler, for the media literate crowd who'll go, they were setting it up in the episode where he showed mercy to Bullseye. Letting Bullseye walk to go murder a bunch of people. Letting Kingpin walk, who just murdered a bunch of people. But it's about justice. And I love this city. We're sacrificing ourselves for this shining beacon known as New York City. And the New York City in the MCU is no better than the real life one. No better than the real life one. They'll do a Civil War comic, Iron Fist as Daredevil Swerve next, says DEFCON Prime and Power Pets for $2. Ed Pauly for $5. If they ever remake a Beavis and Butthead live movie, Ryan has a guaranteed payday playing Butthead. No audition needed. Just walk in and cash the check. I would do that. DE I Love You for $4.99. Reminder, ban abusing is lame. That ban abusing is lame. Chrissy and Mel are apparently too innocent to condemn Jer for people losing their channels. Mel has yet to condemn it. Chrissy condemned that action last night. But I don't think she made her case to the crowd. And that condemnation, listen, I'm not going to sit here and require people to condemn stuff, but I'll fucking condemn it all fucking day long, right? And False flagging is one of the worst things you can do. And we've seen what happens to every channel that does it. And a lot of people like to hide behind the fact that it's just the audience false flagging. And it may be in some cases, but when a creator goes out there and goes, man, it'd be, it's just like a mafia boss. It'd be really terrible if something happened to your family. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. But more often than not, it's the content creator who doesn't like the criticism. Reminder, Chrissy and Melanie Mack are trash, says DEI. I love you for $4.99. By the way, 4 oranges after that. Rockman X222 for $1.99. Chrissy, wake up. I don't like this. Chrissy, wake up. I saw that meme going around. That is from Stranger Things. Andrew Howard for $1.99. Loved your Y-Files podcast episode. Thank you. I appreciate it. Buster Nut Smash for $10. Just skip this movie and watch Ulysses with Kirk Douglas. Yeah. Also, far as Mark Hamill is concerned, he's a talentless hack. Even the Muppet Show was making fun of him back in 1980. I watched that show when it was live. I can't recall them making fun of him. But it doesn't mean it didn't happen. Ernest Yu for $4.99. How was your weekend? Let me know what you think in the comments section below. What are the oranges for? Clank, clank, I'm a tank for $5. There is still time to replace Philip Mike Hunt with Brad Pitt. Philip Mike Hunt with Brad Pitt. Just recut it before the release. Nolan just needs to be honest. There are bad decisions. He knows it. Lots of bad decisions. But he has to do it to get Oscars. If he is honest, people will go, meh, says Joey Cole for $10. But he's got all the Oscars. Does he want more Oscars? It feels like to me, and I could be wrong on this one, it is him backing up his industry because his industry has been heavily criticized for DEI. And it feels like this is a kind of a middle finger to that. That's what it feels like. I could be wrong. Saltysaurus Rex for $2 says, how's everyone's weekend? There is 5 oranges for Ryan Kinnell. Iron Sentinel for 10 New Zealand pesos. Odyssey, anything but this movie. You kind of earn it there. Let's just get to the brass tacks. How much for the ape? Hey, wait a minute.
The owner always wanted to run away and join the circus when he was a kid. Now the son of a bitch owns the circus. Man, real license to steal.
Oh, yeah. The American dream come true, man. Pure Horatio Alger.
Yeah, welcome to the happy place.
Listen, let's get down to brass tacks here, man. How much for the ape?
I had a Vegas trip like that. I mean, not that crazy to write a book about, but a little bit like that. Ron for 5 Chilean pesos for some reason. I cannot understand. She got convicted and 120 years jail time. Remember that 42 little girl who got taken advantage of by the 13-year-old man who had, what the hell is this, X-Ray Girl? What is this?
I have no idea. I you know what? It's probably the first one is the remember that 42 little girl. I've never heard this story before.
Remember that 42 little girl who got taken advantage of by the 13-year-old man. The 42-year.
This is a story I've never heard of. Who had coke has an AALC in his blood.
Yeah, something got lost in the translation here. So
maybe I'm so sorry.
A little bit.
Do you want to check the private chat? I I can read the next one. Philip H, thank you for the €5.99. Says for the grift. Thank you.
Yeah, you can send it.
Okay, sounds good.
Judah for $10 says, I think Lord of the Rings trilogy movies and especially the books will become so iconic that like the Odyssey, and they last another 500 years. I think the story will go out. The story will go out last England, which sadly might be soon.
My.
Hey,
it's just like old times.
Oh, what's up, dude? How you doing?
I think I've said this before, but it's like this is how I first started talking to you every once in a while.
Oh, you'd pop in my
I
rando.
just annoy you in your chat for an hour, and then you'd be like, "Wait, you're here?" And I'd be like, "Hello."
How long have you been here? Sorry, I
not that long. I've just been listening.
Okay.
I often listen to you talk about random things. I'm crazy.
It's
like
pretty
that.
fucking random. This one, like, there's nothing to talk about.
No, there's nothing going on anymore.
Nothing going.
That's
Yeah, that's why.
quiet.
Yeah, so fucking quiet.
At least we got born again.
Oh, dude. It's not making an impact because nobody's watching it, right? But it's bad in a very unique way for Marvel. It's not filled with Marvel humor. It really did try to be serious. It's just dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
It's just
I saw
dumb as fuck.
someone point out in a tweet that Daniel and it's just some of the other characters, they get like a way bigger send off for their death than Foggy ever did.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my god.
But then BB, that bitch, who's responsible for Daniel's death, they don't shoot a single scene of her like being sad about it.
What did she even do? What was her purpose across the whole season? She's supposed to be collecting information to bring down Kingpin's empire from the inside, but was that even relevant?
No. Ultimately, you could have left it completely out of the show, and it wouldn't have changed anything at all.
Another thing, what was the point in Matt revealing he was Daredevil? Did that actually change anything in that court case? Because the court lady said it didn't.
Nope. Her videos didn't do anything.
Just annoyed people.
They did, yeah. So he was leaking information. But I'm trying to think of did the information have any impact?
No, it was just like remember the YouTube channel didn't even get many views.
That's right.
Like relatively. And who cares? It was always saying stuff that was the most obvious shit ever. It's like, hey, maybe Kingpin's using that ship to do naughty things. You're like, yeah, probably.
Yep.
I don't feel like anybody would have thought
there's no evidence or anything. So if Kingpin just ignored it, it would have probably been fine.
Well, and, I think, me personally, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I think the whole murdering 50 civilians in public broad daylight, that's probably the bigger problem than the whole corruption thing.
I would think so too. And then letting somebody walk after probably one of the biggest mass murders by a politician in the history of mankind.
Like a courthouse. It's so stupid.
In a courthouse. Hundreds of witnesses.
It was like their Rogue One scene. I
Yes.
can't believe how much damage the Rogue One scene has done to like the brains of other creators. Like, we got to get our Darth Vader Kingpin hallway scene.
Dude, I was laughing. It was we did the watch party and I'm like, oh, as soon as he opens the door, he kills a guy immediately by punching him in the face and like breaks his neck.
And it's like, what? Are you trying to be funny? Like, what are we doing? Like,
and even the chat, like during the watch party, was like, I have really mixed feelings about this because he's killing the shit out of these annoying assholes. And I'm like,
well, you just love Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, but
then he's like basically forced to kneel, and then Daredevil and Kingpin do the head touch like they're about to fucking make out.
Which D'Onofrio said that was supposed to be better than the finale season 3.
Really?
Yeah, he said there's a moment in the end of season 2 of Born Again that's going to be better than the finale of, well, I guess, the whole Netflix show.
I disagree.
Obviously, I understand marketing is a thing, but
It is.
Vincent, please.
And the Kingpin's like just gonna be skinny by next season.
And the big beard. I just
Yeah, the hobo.
unbelievable, dude. The blood everywhere, all those corpses, and obviously Matt would know because of his senses what's just happened. That he's just like, take the deal, buddy. Go live happily ever after on an island. Foggy would be proud of you, Matt.
He would. He would be so proud. But it's Mercy, and like I don't know where the fuck they were going.
Mercy. That's like I don't even know what that is. that's a little bit beyond Mercy, Mr. Matt.
You know, and Shaggy being in that, you know, trying to be
the point of him,
the foil for Kingpin, and then Buck just kills his two guards, and he's like, "Okay, I'm done." It's like, wow.
Buck is another pointless dude. Like the guys who were supposed to save the show from the previous creators.
Well, Buck was supposed to be the replacement for Wesley. He was supposed to be the new Wesley, and it was
so bad.
It really
they have the literal because me and Free were talking about this, right? You know, like when Thor says I like you to Captain Marvel, and when Han says I like this one to Finn. It's Disney's old thing of if I get the cool character that everyone likes to say they like the new one, that'll transfer the torch, right?
Yeah.
You have fucking Wesley walk up to Buck and be like, "Yes, you will take over for me. You are the new me." And it's just like, yeah, no. I would prefer they just resurrect. Well, no, I wouldn't. I don't want them to touch any characters I like. Actually,
the Hand comes in and resurrects Wesley.
we did talk about that. It's like, would we do that if we had full control? It's like probably. That actor's really good.
He was really good. And it looks like Daredevil's going to be in Spider-Man. The Hand is going to be in jail. So I think there's going to be some connection but for some reason, Kingpin can't be in a Spider-Man movie. And I think it's probably just negotiations.
I mean, that makes sense. Kingpin and Spider-Man don't really have any connection.
No, none whatsoever. None. I mean, he's a Spider-Man villain, but like not connected.
Except that.
Not connected. Yeah. Not connected.
I mean, we know they went all in on Daredevil, you know, with the guaranteeing the 3 seasons as before season 1 even finished airing, right?
Yep. Yeah.
They really were like, this is going to work. And then it ends up being one of their biggest fucking money pits in a way.
Yeah, at least it is. It's not heavy CGI, but it can't be cheap.
No.
And they don't make any money off that platform anyway. But I thought they probably thought that this is going to be easy money. This will get people back. And it was they were genuinely trying to change, but we've talked about it before. They don't know how. They're just not capable of it. They're like,
no, it's
like
running
Netflix.
on fumes, dude.
Yeah.
I said to Fring, isn't it sad for the first time in history we're gonna have a TV show that both burnt out and faded away?
Yeah. Oh, that's it did it both.
It's pretty rare to get that.
This might be the sole occurrence of that. Really?
Yeah, because it's kind of hard to think of any other time that's fucking happened.
Dude, I can't watch season 3. This was a chore.
Fringy's gonna force me to. I wouldn't have watched this season if not for him. He wants to track the
Fringy, Epic Mike, vindication, total 100% vindication. They hated it from Jump Street. So did you, but I had my little Daredevil fanboy goggles on in the beginning, but by the end of the series, I was like, Jesus Christ. Yep. Can't wait for Doomsday.
Maybe Doomsday will be good. I've heard people say, you know, it could be good, man. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Robert loves it. Robert thinks it's going to be great.
Did he love Superman after? How's that aged for him? As in, like, did he still like it?
I don't know. I haven't asked him. Chat. Has anybody watched him? Does he still back it up?
Because
he probably does.
You know, it's always nice to see the turn has come in a bit for that film. A lot of people, obviously, everyone agrees now it's ugly as sin. Like it's one of the most ugliest superhero movies ever.
Yeah.
More importantly, though, the writing. People seem to be more willing to ask more questions. Like the clone shit, man. Right? Having Clark's DNA, but having no idea who he is one of the funniest things ever.
him teaming up with Lex after he murdered a guy right in front of him is going to be interesting on how they deal with that. But the movie, I will never watch it again.
I'm still annoyed they pussied out on that, man. Like Clark, give up your parents or I'll kill this innocent person. That's actually like a difficult test for Superman. But he just kills him because he gets Russian roulette wrong. Or rather, he has the same approach. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang does the same payoff for comedy.
Yes. Great movie, by the way.
Yeah, I love Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It's fun.
Great movie.
It's 1 in 6 bullets. Isn't that a 10% chance? 10%. Who taught you math?
I'm gonna burp. Hang on. All right. I have a silence button, so you don't have to hear it.
It's all good.
Yeah, that's what brought Robert Downey Jr. back. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Well, it's just Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Iron Man, Tropic Thunder, all at once, almost, right? Like kind of as propelling him further and further, because then he was unstoppable.
Yep.
Dude, the fact that Tropic Thunder and Iron Man are pretty much back to back is absolutely insane.
That was weird. Even at the time, I'm like, what? God, I love Tropic Thunder.
I fucking love that movie.
We watched that movie together.
Did we?
We did.
Maybe one day.
One day.
Someone will be able to see us watching it.
We'll get the comedy arc.
Is
there a method to that? Like a release method?
It'll be completely uncomplicated, probably like 1 per month and for 14 months in a row. Once they're done, I never like to start releasing an arc until it's done. The war arc we did before took fucking ages. The problem is it's just pipelines with editing and work. Everyone's busy.
Everyone's busy.
I don't mind saying like there's like 7, possibly 8 of them that I've seen and are good to go. So we're nearly there. We're getting there.
Oh, that's a lot.
It is a lot. Unfortunately, we did a lot. So, or fortunately, depending on your perspective.
What was the oldest one we recorded?
Was it Blazing Saddles or?
Yeah, and that was
it Naked? No, Airplane. I forget. I'd have to check the release dates. It is Blazing Saddles, right?
No, I think we did Airplane before that.
Oh wait, when you say oldest, do you mean the first one? I thought you meant
first.
Release
Yeah,
date.
that's the first one we recorded.
No, the first one we recorded was Austin Powers.
Austin Powers, and that was
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
24.
I want to say January 24. I think.
Oh shit.
Hey man, it holds up, as a recording, except for the Bacharach bit.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's right. Whoops.
Whoops. Az perpetually feels bad about that for the rest of the recordings.
He does. He does. Hey, you want to help me answer some questions?
Go for it.
Yeah. Hey, did you hear about our we're going to do a sub FNT episode where it's because we're all going to be gone in a couple weeks. So as
sub
is gonna,
FNT.
So it's the substitutes.
Okay.
The substitutes. Az will be hosting. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Who's guesting?
I don't know. Maybe you.
Okay. Maybe me. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like that Az guy though.
He's dead.
Yelling at me.
Plays
video games wrong.
Defcom Prime and the Power Pets for $2. I meant Twitter. Little Mac versus Rachel Zegler pick. I didn't see that. There's been lots of memes. The memes have been flowing today.
Yeah, you could say that.
Mahler. You could say that. Snacks for $2. How come all the wands and brooms are locked up? Well, because Black Snape. Defcon Prime and Power Pets for $2 says, RK and Jer, check out twice. Zegler pick, I tagged you in. I think we showed a lot of the Zegler picks. That was fucking hilarious. The Met stuff.
Yeah, the Ryan impression was fantastic.
It was beautiful.
You should go to the gala next time.
You want to go? We should. I mean,
I know Ryan should go with that outfit, but
he'd probably get let in.
I assume the fucking entry is like $10 billion or some shit, so probably not.
Eat the rich, guys. Eat the rich. That was yeah. The more it goes on, though, the more you see the general consensus is like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, why are you doing this? You're not helping any cause.
They really need to stop doing the Met Gala at some point. It would take self-awareness, though, so it's going to be a while.
It's going to be a minute. Here, I'm looking for the Ryan from Lady Aaron D. Just in case anybody missed it, there's 5 or 10 people who missed it. There it is. I think there's even sound to it. A little bit.
That fell off.
There you go. That's a good pause right there.
It's iconic.
It is.
I think everyone will be dressing up as if for Halloween.
Ryan. Where was I? Okay. Why not just re-release the originals without changes over 6 years? Thoughts? Recreate a new fan base. For Star Wars? I mean, I don't know if that, I think it's reached critical mass. Is that the term? Maybe it's not.
Yeah, like either you've seen it or you've heard of it and you decided you don't really want to. I don't think re-releasing the originals in theaters would generate a whole new Star Wars fandom or anything. But hey, still probably more profitable for them, of course, to release that than Mando and Grogu.
It would, but
I was still trying to come up with different like amusing versions of Mando and Grogu, and if you switch both the names backwards, it comes out as Odnam and Ugorg.
Oh,
I want to watch that show, Odnam and Ugorg.
I would rather watch it. It's actually, that's a better name. That's legitimately a better name.
Ugorg sounds like some kind of like minion.
It sounds like a Jack Kirby fucking Marvel comic from, before Fantastic Four came out. If you know, out there. I guess there's kind of an argument to be made. Revenge of the Sith, when they released that, it did really well.
Yeah.
It did really well. And I think George Lucas got spooked. When did he do this? When did he release Phantom Menace 3D? When did that get released?
I don't know.
Menace 3D release date. 2012. Oh, wow, it was a long time ago. 2012. And it didn't do well. But times change. And I think a full re-release of the prequels would have done great. I mean, Revenge of the Sith did great. They took it out of the theaters too early.
Revenge of the Sith is probably the one with, I say probably, it is the one with the best pacing, though.
It is. I mean, yes.
Both Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones have that middle section for both of them that's like a bit long.
Yeah, and well, it feels like, I've said it before, but Lucas feels like he got his like director skills back by Revenge of the Sith. He was definitely rusty.
Well, yeah, Revenge of the Sith, it's also got the best soundtrack out of all the prequels, like by far, even though it's using a lot of the same sort of style and songs, and like Order 66 and just this Revenge of the Sith, just a lot of cool shit happens in that movie. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and I've said it a million times. The novelization is fucking brilliant. If they would have done what the novelization did, you could put it up there with like A New Hope and Empire.
I sense great fear in you, Skywalker. You have hate, you have anger, but you don't use them. God, I love Christopher Lee. What a legend.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
1 second.
Stop talking about how much I like Christopher Lee. Death of Dooku shocked me. I mentioned before, I watched it with my dad, and he was surprised by that bit. And I just thought it was funny in context, because obviously he knew Christopher Lee way better than me as like a an actor in terms of legacy, and just watching his arms get lasered off and then decapitated. He was like, oh, it's just how it goes.
That's how it goes. I don't know. The only problem I've ever had with that movie is there was a lot of tragic things like the death of Dooku, killing the younglings that for me required a lot more setup. And I think it would have been better if the trilogy was just dipping into the Clone Wars and make what the events of Revenge of the Sith, particularly in the novelization, make that the trilogy.
Listen, you're all good. I'm a nexus being between the Gen X and millennial takes on this, because I simultaneously think the prequels are bad, but I also really like them. So
Yeah,
I'm
fair
able to
enough.
translate all this shit. Okay, so I mean, I'll argue to the death that him killing the younglings was retarded. That was a really bad decision for the story. Doesn't make any sense. Like to be crying over killing Mace Windu, and then 5 minutes later be like, well,
Just
time to
fuck
go,
it.
kids.
Time to kill a bunch of kids. It required a lot of setup. It did. So yeah, like saving his true turn to the dark side to like the last movie, I just thought was a mistake. And then, we kind of missed out on an entire movie of Darth Vader, before he of Anakin, turning to the dark side. And
the Clone Wars should have started at the end of the first of the trilogy. And then the second movie, you get a huge chunk of Clone Wars, and then the third one is, the end of it, and Order 66 and stuff. And yeah, Anakin needed kind of to be a bit more evil, because he's the other thing that always got me, and I'm assuming you would have felt like this, certainly when you saw them, is like, do you buy that guy is in the Vader suit? It's like, no.
no, it's like he's supposed to be really tall.
It's not even, it's just, think of that, like, you betray me, Obi-Wan, versus like, all the shit Vader. I'm just like, I can't buy it.
It does not connect. It does not connect. Now they could have fixed that by writing Anakin more consistently with Darth Vader, but apparently soon as he puts his costume on, he becomes just the best smartass in the world or in the galaxy.
Witty and charming,
yep,
suave, intimidating. James Earl Jones, like, it feels a little different compared to Hayden Christensen.
A little different than, hey, listen, people love Hayden, but it's like a little different than, hey, dude.
I think he's fantastic at doing what they wanted him to do.
Yep.
I just don't know if they should have had him doing all of that exactly. His fucking lightsaber skills are unmatched.
Yeah, dude, they're so good. The lightsaber duels.
They humiliate Rosario Dawson regularly.
Yeah. They really should have got a stunt woman to do that. DB for $1.99. British. Did I miss the oranges? Did Az eat them? That's what happened. But he did it off screen. Dreadnought Logan for $5. What are you talking about? There has been no Star Wars since Revenge of the Sith. Any idea else wise is nothing more than a fever dream. I wish. I wish. The only good thing to come out of Ahsoka season 2 is that Platoon has to finish his review of season 1.
He probably has got that like on backup. And hey, you'll be in the EFAP TV episodes for it as well.
Yep.
I'm going to drag Ryan into those.
Good. Winston Alexander for $2. Why can't actors act like they are, like they're not retarded? Well, they do all the time. That's why they're good actors. It's like retarded people who can act smart. Rengara for $4.99. Where's Chrissy's orange? Let me know what you think in the comments below. The Pain 78 for $20. Fire Filoni hired Timothy Zahn, who was one of the main guys keeping people interested in Star Wars when no movies were coming out. Well, they did hire him. And he was part of the writers who weren't getting residuals, but I do believe he went back and did some changes. You'd have to ask Ryan on that one. But they did bring him in, give him a payday, but Dave Filoni is in charge. Real Star Wars, Old Republic era, prequel era, OT era, EU era. The rest is fake. Says green for £5 proper money. Actors are performing for audience accolades. Why insult half of them? Metallica handles this well. They don't care about your politics, only that you enjoy the music. Well, you brought up Metallica. A lesson can be learned here, Mahler. You know what happened with Metallica, right?
Well, I don't know if everyone else does.
Oh, well, I will tell everybody else. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what happened with Metallica. Metallica was one of the more respected metal bands because they didn't do fucking videos. They didn't do it till so they didn't really kind of cash out until the Black Album came out, right? But they were still pretty respected. I was one of the Metallica fans who thoroughly disliked the Black Album. Like, what the, I know a bunch of people hated And Justice for All because you couldn't hear a bass, which is true. I still love that fucking album. But they made things a lot worse with Napster. When Lars Ulrich went after people for downloading his music and going as far as to get, I do believe, a bunch of printouts of their names, a bunch of fans' names, right? And he went to I can't remember. I don't know if it was a Senate hearing or something like that, but he really came out against Napster, which was absolutely antithetical to what Metallica was about. And dude, their popularity was at an all-time low. People were like, fuck Metallica. They're burning their fucking albums. And it was over Napster and Lars's inability to kind of understand like the things were changing, right? And by the way, you are already multi-millionaires and nothing was going to affect your future income at all. And a lot of this was kids who probably couldn't afford the music, but they're listening to it anyway, which means a big percentage of them will become future customers. And he had a really bad take on it and went against his audience, and they fucking roasted Metallica. Now they survived it, and Lars came out later and said, listen, it was a bad take. It was a bad take.
I'm going to take the L on that.
I'm going to take the L on that one, right? And now they're doing great. They're selling out stadiums, whatever. But that was a rough patch for them, man. That was rough. And I thought Lars was being a fucking dipshit. But yeah, we remember those days. Good old Napster. How old were you when Napster was around?
Well, I'm just trying to, because what I remember is sites like LimeWire.
LimeWire, yeah.
I didn't use Napster. I wasn't really aware of it.
Oh, okay. Well, I used Napster like a lot. Like a lot. I had a huge that's where I got a bunch of my Art Bell episodes was from Napster. But yeah, it was gone pretty quick. But a couple years, it was just the Wild West. You could get whatever music you want. I used LimeWire too.
Mm-hmm.
And then it all got kind of shut down. There's still ways, though. Oh, yes. There's still ways. Dreadnought Logan for $5. What are you talking about? There has been no Star Wars. I read that one, Chris. Is X-Ray gone? Oh, she's gone. Where'd she go?
My God.
Oh, I have to skedaddle. I didn't think we'd go past this one. Yeah. Oh, my God. We have gone. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of soups. So we got to get to them. Why can't actor? I read that one. I read that one. Okay, real Star Wars. I read that one. Actors performing. I read that one too. Recently replayed Batman Arkham Knight, and whatever I heard Hamill's voice in the game, it reminded me of deranged guy who used to read Trump's tweets in the Joker voice. Well, that's going to be a lot of people's perception of Mark Hamill's voice. If the left can defend Mark, it's okay to like Hulk Hogan, says Defcon Prime. Where's Chris? Is he still recovering from his rewatch if Harry Potter and the Goblet of John Walker? Have a great Friday, y'all. Hail FNT. Chris Gore? Oh, when he called into Drinker's birthday stream.
That was intense.
Fucking ripped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was having fun. DeKenyon for $9.99. Watch 2 episodes of Gary and Ryan's Harry Potter podcast, also stolen by Black Snape. Maybe. The second episode. Thunderstorm for $9.99. While the Michelin Man returns to play Unkar Plutt from The Force Awakens to give good portions to Mando and Darth Grogu. We can only hope for Darth Grogu.
Yeah, I'm hoping for Unkar Plutt to return. Favorite character.
Yep. Super Mastermind for 20 says, this was all caused by college marketing books that claimed fans would stay with the brand no matter what. Thus, companies did whatever they wanted. By taking over brands now, years later, we know better. Do they know better? That's the question. Will for $5. This is great, but it's a sausage fest. Get Chrissy Mayer in, lads. Who's with me, chat? We need some feminine energy up in here.
Maybe we've had enough feminine energy.
Yeah, I would say women. Am I right?
I don't know if you saw the Captain Marvel video. I got to use that clip from Ghostbusters 2 twice.
Oh, yeah.
Women. They literally say the reason they touched all the space goo was because it was pretty. It's like, oh, dear.
Oh, God. It's pretty. Yeah. No, I'm good with Sausage Fest. Aaron Pipes for $10. Disney knows what the problems are with Star Wars and knows how to fix it. The mystery is why it does not happen. Interestingly enough, not the the willingness to do it. They lack it completely. Dave Filoni thinks he's on the right course, and Ahsoka will be the focus of Disney Star Wars. Somehow surviving everything.
It's going to cost him, man. Everyone's going to end up hating him more than any other character.
Yep. They're starting to. And she was, pretty popular amongst the fans.
Considering he's my namesake, I fucking find Maul immensely obnoxious at this point. She keeps turning up in all kinds of shit. It's just like, go away, please. And, obviously Vader's got the same problem. Do you see Jon Favreau said something like the reason why he's got high hopes for this movie is because a lot of people outside the Star Wars fandom recognize Mando and Grogu?
What?
I told my sister, because I saw her the other day, I was like, do you know this new Star Wars movie coming out? And she was like, no. And I was like, it's the Mando and Grogu is the things. And she was like, the TV show? And I was like, yeah. She's like, so there's a movie for the TV show? And I was like, yeah.
That's a normal response. That's a normal.
The marketing's really gotten far,
As we get closer to the opening, I don't think the box office projections have changed at all. And
time to panic, Disney. We watched what happened last time they panicked.
Oh, which time?
Well, I guess I'm picking sort of the Solo TLJ era of panic. So
yeah. Oh, they canceled all the
they gave up. They
gave up.
Belly. So what happens this time when they're giving up on their only remaining characters? Apparently,
well, it was just the safest, dumbest fucking move, and they should be building up to a 50th anniversary with some special movie. And they have access to a lot of money, and they've had actual talented people offer their services, and they've said no. Lord and Miller are looking really good right now.
Yeah, they are.
They got fucked over, and they just, they after Nolan, they might be, and Villeneuve, They might be some of the most sought after directors in Hollywood right now.
Did you see the clip, by the way, of Maul fighting Darth Vader in the newest show? They have a duel.
No.
I would have thought you'd be jumping right on that, dude.
I missed it.
I remember you telling me that's the thing you've always wanted to see happen, especially in an animated show by Dave Filoni.
Oh, God, yes. I wanted it to happen so bad that I made sure to miss it.
Damn. What a shame.
What happens?
They fight and then both of them survive because nothing can happen that it would ruin the continuity.
Exciting.
If happen.
It's like the rematch of the century.
You know, we'll probably get another rematch in the
time.
Yeah. Once they think that Obi-Wan is worth trying to squeeze again. Ewan McGregor, like, please, I'm right here.
You know, they were thinking about doing an Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2.
Yeah,
and absolutely thinking about it.
Fight Vader again.
Oh God, they'll have fought like 4 times before. It's so dumb. Oh, just going over that show again. Oh, Flea chasing around a little 8-year-old girl who's supposed to be 10. So the Mandalorian and Grogu is currently tracking for a domestic opening weekend of 80 million to 90 million, Mahler, over the 4-day Memorial Weekend, May 22nd to 25th, with some projections, I can say it, reaching 100 million. Now, Hollywood Reporter says 80 million.
Have you checked availability for your theaters out of curiosity? Because I
mean, it's anecdotal because I live in suburbia, but yeah.
Well, I checked mine, and the comparison for me is always just going to be against all other films I see, and mine was looking pretty empty. It's like I had a full choice of anywhere I wanted.
Well, let's take a look, shall we? Let's go to I don't want to say it out loud. I mean, it's not that close to my house, but
no, yeah, it's all good. Like the ones, you know, it was like the Minecraft movie or fucking Iron Lung was the shocking one. It was hard to get a seat for Iron Lung. Markiplier's got that generation locked down.
That's amazing. Now what did you think of the movie?
Iron Lung?
Yeah.
I thought it was a mixed bag. I really liked loads of it. I thought loads of it wasn't working. You know, we did a whole breakdown of it, went through how he adapted it, and the behind the scenes stuff was kind of cool. There's so much passion involved, and I thought there was a lot more going on than the film was happy for people to miss some shit, to the point where I think the mixing probably needed a hand. But I also heard that apparently that was partly due to like some of the theaters screwing up, so I can't say. But yeah, I liked. I'm a Lovecraftian type person anyway, so I was enjoying thinking about a lot of what they were trying to evoke and reference. But you know, I did a show with some guys who were not as favorable to it, and got some good discussion out of it. But I think everyone agreed it was a far stronger and more passionate take on a film than Shelby Oaks. Anyway, not to, you know, obviously the comparison is they both came out at similar times, both YouTuber movies from YouTubers who've been around for fucking ages.
Markiplier, how many subs does Stuckman have?
I want to say, actually, now I'm thinking about it, I was like, wait, how much does he have? Is it over 1 million?
Yeah, I think it's over 1 million.
I don't know if it matters as much anymore because he sort of let it wane to the point of, I think the crazy ads have 2 million, sorry.
Okay. So here, I'll just show it. I don't care. I mean, I live in San Antonio.
Man, so there's not even an ad in his newest review.
There isn't?
I can't see any like BetterHelp or anything. It's sad. Yeah, dude, there's a top comment that says we got a Stuckman vid with no ad. What a time to be alive.
A theater that is within my area. It's rando. That's 7 o'clock opening night.
Well, you know, it's still 10 days
There's
away.
still time.
So, yeah.
There's still time.
This would be a high impact sort of screening, wouldn't it?
Yes. So I picked the one that would be most, like if you pick the 3:00 one, not fair. I don't think that's fair. People are still at work or whatever. 7:00, I think that's pretty fair. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, about 32 tickets sold. This is the RPX screen.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it doesn't count for this movie, but I wonder if it's Disney Infinity approved.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I promise you, however you feel about the Odyssey, that thing will be fucking packed.
But yeah, I've not denied. I don't think it'll flop financially or anything.
No, but it is. I agree with Jeremy. Called me, and he's like, "Dude, it looks like Lupita Nyong'o's Helena Troy," and he brought up a couple of pictures with her seating in the movie, and it really does look like she is.
I'm confused why that hasn't been confirmed. Why haven't we got a cast, like just a strict full cast yet?
Yeah, I wonder what they say. Well, I mean, you can't trust.
I just would have thought they would have announced it. When is it coming out?
July.
Yeah, it's not that far away.
No. Charlize Theron is Calypso. No. Agamemnon is Benny Safdie. Anne Hathaway's Penelope. Tom Holland, Temelicus. Yeah, there's names for a bunch of people, but not for everybody. James Remar's in it. That's cool. I like James Remar. But
Pedro
yeah,
Pascal's not in it though.
Who's that?
Pedro Pascal's not in it. So
Pedro Pascal is not in it.
Is it even a movie at this point?
No. Aaron Pipes for $10. Disney knows what the problems are with Star Wars and knows how to fix it. The mystery. Oh, I read that one. Nielsen know who are in the household when they sign up for it. Gunner I'm not really sure how Nielsen ratings work now with watch minutes. I don't know if you're still a Nielsen family. We knew one when I was a kid. It was a big deal. Like one of our friends was a Nielsen family, dude. And they filled out little cards for what TV shows they watched. And they did watch a lot of TV. They did. The farce is female, says Winston Alexander for $2. I'm surprised Tartakovsky's Clone Wars didn't make the cut. I think it's superior series than Filoni's Revenge of the Sith was filmed around it. Tartakovsky's Clone Wars are fucking awesome. Notram. Awesome. And it sucks that we don't have any like remastered 4K Blu-rays for that. Cal L chuckles for $2 says, love the prequels. Ballpark on G&G Cruise. You got to ask Jeremy that. Q4, Q1, Q2. Perry Social. I don't know. Our next trip, they're having a meetup in Georgia at 9 Line, and we are going to Japan. My 50-year-old mom loves Baby Yoda. I love her, but pain. Yeah, my 84-year-old mom. We talked yesterday for Mother's Day. Hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. So I talked to my mums, and my conversation with Mom B, the one who raised me, it consists of, because she's deaf and there's a little dementia going on, so she understands about 1/10 of what I say, and then goes on like a Fox News tangent for about 10 or 15 minutes. And I just let her go at this point because she can't hear when I respond. She always goes, what? And then thinks I said something different. So I just let her go, and yeah, she's doing good. She's doing good. She tells me about like all her, it's typical old people stuff, all her aches and pains and what she had for lunch. And you know, she's in this nice place that we put her in, but you know, it's like when you put people anywhere, there's a couple people she just fucking hates.
Mhm.
She just wants to tell me all about it. Like, that's good, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. Hope you like the flowers. Yeah, it's so funny. She'll be ripping into somebody, or you know, she just watches Fox News all day, right? So she's like, those goddamn Democrats and that goddamn Gavin Newsom, they could just burn in hell. How are my grandkids? I miss my little poopy baby doopy doopies. Oh, it's good. It's good. Clank Clank, I'm a tank for $5. The baby Grogu fans are just like liberal women who gave up on the opportunity to have kids of their own. There actually is some data behind that. A little bit of data behind that. Yodas become monsters if they eat after midnight. Gunner, yeah, I don't. You know, Joe Dante, the director of Gremlins, he's been doing this for years. I just popped it up again. Has very publicly said that Baby Yoda is a complete ripoff of Gizmo, and he's not very shy about talking about it.
Yeah, it's probably fair. The reason why I wouldn't even bother trying to defend Baby Yoda is there's nothing there. It's not like a puppeted creature that has its own sort of impact on the story that could be compared as inspiration from Gizmo or anything. It's just nothing. So it's like, yeah, sure, whatever. You know, like I almost don't want to give them the credit that they've copied Gizmo. It's way better.
Yeah, Gizmo's adorable. Okay, everybody loves Gizmo. Great soundtrack for that movie too. I saw you retweeting. It's some cinema thing that was like, who is the best, you know, composer? You can't say Hans Zimmer and you can't say John Williams. And you said Ramin Djawadi.
Yeah, he's fucking great.
He's great.
He's iconic for having amazing soundtracks on terrible things.
Yes, the Westworld soundtrack. Well, season 1's good, but the Westworld soundtrack is unbelievably good. It's so good. He did Iron Man. He did the first Iron Man movie. House of the Dragon is good. Really good.
Well, and Game of Thrones' theme is fucking awesome. It's just so ubiquitous at this point. But
I'm pretty sure
when
he
you're
did
in Game of Thrones and that theme plays at the beginning, you know, that shit's awesome.
I'm pretty sure he did 3 Body Problem too, working with Dan and Dave again.
Surprised me. That man just working.
But I would say, like, he's unfortunately passed, but Jerry Goldsmith, who goes way back, you know, he composed episodes of The Twilight Zone, right? And wasn't it John Williams did Lost in Space, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Pretty sure he did. So, yeah, I would say Jerry Goldsmith, Vangelis, who I called Vangelis most of my life. I guess
we got Howard Shore as well.
Howard Shore. Trevor Jones, he did Dark Crystal. James Horner. That's the other name. James Horner, who also passed. Plane crash, right?
Damn planes.
The baby Grogu fans. Oh, I read that one. Disney Star Wars Episode 10, The No Hope.
The Dead Hope.
Snacks. When Star Wars was really eating shit right around that time, Mueller was talking about with Solo. Yeah, I named a couple of my streams Disney Star Wars and No Hope. Low hanging fruit.
You know, when we were doing the coverage of Utterly Nowhere, we had 2 Dramasphere guests on, and one of them in his coverage found out that like it on one of the streams, one of the guys said, like one of the Utterly Nowhere people said, like the Acolyte is not the worst Star Wars. It's because at least it's interesting. And all of his chat started blowing up, like, what the fuck, it's told. And then he was like, why do people care so much about like whether or not someone likes a Star Wars show? And I was just like, dude, you have no idea where you are on the internet right now. It's like, you think you could just get away with saying you like Acolyte? No.
Not here, not up in my house.
It's like 'cause they deal every day with crazy accusations that could destroy people's lives while we're like, excuse me, which episode of that season was good?
Gotta check you on that, buddy.
Fargate was legendary, actually.
Fargate. I'm a Fargate fan.
Yeah, man. We're all Fargaters.
Yep. Living on Native American land, reports confirmed that Eilish's multi-million-dollar mansion in Los Angeles is situated on land considered the ancestral territory of the Tongva tribe. And she's free, Ron, thank you very much, to give it back. I mean, that's the thing, is she can like give them her house. They can make a casino. They make it like Tongva land, and then LA would have a casino. Everybody wins. Mostly the house, because the house always wins, Mueller.
True.
Ticket prices have doubled since 2015. Keep that in mind when you see the box office number. Actual numbers of tickets sold is much lower than it seems. Lobster Minion, that's why they stopped reporting them back in 2019. See, comic books did this as well. We're like, we'll get them. We'll just stop reporting sales. There you go. That's what the most interesting thing about Mandalorian and Grogu is they cannot hide behind streaming numbers anymore. This will be for everyone to see.
Yep.
Ryan walks out of ROTS hyped to fuck and loving Star Wars with a passion into a time machine and lands in 2026 and asks, how is Star Wars right now?
Dude, wouldn't that be insane? Because if you jump out of Revenge of the Sith and then you're like, you've got like 50 hours of new Star Wars, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And it has all your favorite characters in it.
Yeah, you go through a wormhole or whatever, you're in a coma and you wake up and they're trying to slowly get you back into the world. You have to deal with a lot, like your family's older, you've missed so much time, your wife has moved on. Honestly, that would probably make Ryan happy if he had a wife. And then he would just have to be like slowly brought in this scenario. And one of his friends goes, there's still Star Wars, man. He's
yeah, dude, they made a full season of TV about Obi-Wan dealing with, the time between the prequels and the OT. And he's like, wow, really? It's like, yeah. And Boba Fett, he didn't die in the Sarlacc pit. He made it, dude. It's like, oh shit, they made a show about that. Like, yeah, man. And the show about Han, Luke, and Leia and their adventures past the OT, super high budget. Oh man, get excited.
and in this coma scenario, he got hit in the head that would normally like kill any normal man, but it's Ryan. So it was just it made him angrier. It was just a flesh wound, but it did knock him out for, I don't know how many years has it been since.
Too many.
Has it almost been 20 years since? No,
2005. So it was 21, I guess.
Yeah, 21 years. 21 years. God. When you get older, that shit feels like yesterday. It kind of does.
We let him see the sequels, and then he's like, put me back in.
Starts hitting his head again. Cope any harder for $5. Hang on. They're not sweeping. They're felting the quarter pounder. They want to restore Kino Cachino. They know what the oranges are for. Also, Beardo Fat. Kino Cachino his channel needs to be restored immediately. Now, it looks like YouTube's taken a look at it finally. Now, normally this process takes 2 days. In Kino Casino, the Clips channel's case, it took what? How long has it been now? It feels like years.
It just feels ridiculous that it hasn't been restored yet, but YouTube's useless.
They really are at this point. There has been so much mass flagging going on. And then on top of that, there's been the AI just yeeting channels for and then for inauthentic content. And listen, some of it, there's some AI shit, but I don't think it should be yeeted. But some of it is like dudes just talking on a camera, right? Like
You don't think they should have a person deciding if a whole ass channel gets nuked entirely? Like, can you please just put some humans there?
Oh,
It's so
I don't know.
ironic, isn't it? Like, you're an authentic channel, down you go. It's like just decided the robot.
No, and that's why it's probably easier to false flag at this point. That's why it is easier to false flag at that point, especially when you're doing it at channels who don't have a PM, partner manager. And there's a lot fewer partner managers than there was even a year ago. A lot of them are gone. I mean, I have one, but and what sucks is when somebody gets taken down, I do my best, right? So I'll talk to him, and I have to present it in the scenario of, what if this happened to my channel? Because he can't give me advice on even my other channels like Nerdrotic Daily or anything. So I have to frame it to where, what if this happened to my channel? And I just kind of put a bug in his ear. I don't know what good it does, but I try once in a while. You know, I tried with Tom Connors. I tried helping with that one. Didn't go anywhere, unfortunately. Misogyny Plus sounds like a great streaming service, Platoon. I am down. Platoon had a funny post last night. That was pretty funny.
He's a witty boy, that one.
He is a witty boy. Carvo the Crow for $1.99. Snow Brown is bringing back Neanderthal chic. Are you kidding? Zegler be hopped up on the gear. It does look like it's like meth jaw or speed jaw for sure. A Destiny jaw. It's Destiny jaw. Oh, how did I not think of that? That's right there.
Well, because his is in like slow motion. His is like machine gunning around.
Yeah. How is old Destiny doing? I haven't seen him around.
I don't know.
I feel really fortunate. Was there anyone actually sane at the Met Gala? Yeah, the people probably, serving drinks and stuff.
Serving drinks and food.
Yeah. The plebs, as they see them, they were sane. Remember the Met Gala they did during COVID, where everybody had masks on except for the special people, the elite, because COVID wasn't going to spread from them. Mahler.
See, the cool way to wear a mask in a function like that, but also a crazy costume, would just be dressing as Darth Vader. Nails both aspects,
Yeah.
And it's more honest about your intentions, about who you are.
Rachel cosplaying as a famous person adored by none, says Samurai. Well, according to Screen Rant, she's a great actress, and we got it all wrong. I watched the don't ask me why. I watched the Hunger Games prequel.
Why?
Well, I told you not to ask me why. We were at our Wisconsin house, and our cousin's daughter got to pick the movie. So there we go. And I got to see Rachel Zegler's acting with her country accent. That's the best way I can put it. It was not a Southern accent. I don't know where she drew it from, but it was fucking terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So her acting in Snow White is, let me put it this way, is orders of magnitude better than she was in whatever the fuck the Hunger Games prequel was called.
Midnight's Fury.
That's it.
A Letter to the Grave. I don't know. I could just make up names for it for a while.
It was Hunger Games Rising.
Revengeance.
Destiny, John. That's great. Never go full Zegler, says TJ Jordan. Was there anyone actually? I read FNT and Kill Tony, the two bookends of my week. Well, dude, being in the same. That's very kind, Max Frank. Kill Tony is fucking awesome. They get 100,000 people watching their premieres on YouTube. That's probably why they got a Netflix deal. Voraxelon, the Wise for 20 says, hey, Quarter Black, you said you struggled separating the art from the artist, like in the case of the band, the idols, socialists, but there are based punk such as Soft Play and the songs Punk's Dead, Sockets, and Magnolia. They're rad. All right. Hey, Suicidal Tendencies, pretty based. Didn't see that one coming, but that's how it works out. Don't call it plagiarism, but research, Mahler. Okay, it's research. It's just really well done research.
It just needs a citation.
It just needs a citation.
Can't believe they're still pushing that to this day, by the way. I've seen tweets where he's like, what's the citation issue? And it's like, citations don't solve it.
No. You would have to watch one of his videos. Just watch the EFAP. But he basically, correct me if I'm wrong, he takes somebody's video and just puts his own audio to it.
It's the worst form of stealing you could do as a YouTuber. You watch a video from your recommended, you go, I like this, and I think it's good, and it looks like people like it as well. Download, put it in my timeline, mute it, grab the script, read it, record it, and change one word here and there, put it into the timeline, do some zooms, maybe change the order of one or two things. He literally says at one point to someone asking about like the nature of changing one of the words in a sentence, he was like, yeah, I figured that was enough for it to not be like plagiarism, or at least for people to not like care or not notice.
Yeah, and they did notice.
No, it took a while. He got away with it for a while. He was let's just say he was among people who didn't give a fuck.
Well, look at how many people, like, the other egregious form of stealing, I would say, Mahler, you don't have to get involved in this. I would say is putting a quick intro that was probably written by ChatGPT on, and then putting your watermark on somebody else's work on a short for the entirety of the short.
No, I've already said I'm not even sure which is worse, because at least Noah said sorry and has stopped. Well, the quarterly was like, whatever, everyone does it.
Everyone does it. That's
obviously
stealing.
I don't buy Noah's guilt or anything. I think he's just trying to save himself, but they're both doing that.
Well, yeah, that's the thing about an apology. Listen, I'm not the kind of person who's owed an apology or demands them. Just not. I'm not going to tell people what to do. But if you're going to do a sincere apology, right? Because there's the aspect of it with cancel culture where people demand you apologize and you don't. You just don't, because it doesn't matter anyway. And then there's the aspect of, well, I did something wrong, like in Noah's case. You fucking steal. And then an apology comes out late. Doesn't seem sincere. Oh, and the apology was plagiarized.
I mean, that's just top tier, though, isn't it?
It's so good. It's so good.
Dude, he plagiarized his strategy for like escaping culpability.
Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. But it should come from the heart and not as a demand. But Friday Night Whites for $1.99. For fuck's sake, just explain it all. We can't just guess, for fuck's sake. With the drama, well, I would have to there's so many details to it now. The lore is getting deeper, Mahler. It's getting deeper. It's getting longer. It's getting extended.
Oh yeah,
it's turning
people want
into
like a
Silmarillion.
Yeah, like a quick breakdown. It's like there are channels that are going to be dedicated to this.
Yeah. But I think we gave it a breakdown as best we could, and I gave it a breakdown as best I could earlier, and I probably missed a lot. But ultimately, false flagging is bad. It needs to be condemned, particularly when it's bragged about and confirmed.
Also, stealing bad.
Stealing bad. I would say, this is my humble opinion as an individual, that stealing and lying they go against the Christian faith. Am I going out on a limb here by saying that?
No, I think if someone kept repeating just how much they found faith in Jesus and keeps talking about it in a defensive way, I think that means they're clear of all sin. I think that's how that works, actually. They can do any sin at that
shit.
point.
That's awesome. Well, I know it's a foundation and a bedrock of recovery of what I'm in, right? There's a little line. You got to be careful when you say it these days, but rigorous honesty, Mahler. Rigorous honesty.
Yeah.
Shout out to Big Mike. Absolutely inspiring words. Ryan, I don't film drama. I am the drama. There you go. Hail the fellowship. Hail sausage night tights. Somebody said, hey, the Friday you're gone, you can have an all-female Friday night tights. And
It's, bad timing on that front, I think.
I'd say no. No. Odysseus to his men, let's fucking go. Cue like a prayer, needle drop.
That's the thing, though. There's so many things wrong with that little snippet. One of them is the delivery's not very inspiring, is it? Let's go. It's like, ooh.
Let's go.
Words are wrong. The framing is wrong. But like everything about it is wrong. But like even just the way he says it,
it's a little weird.
A little bit.
Well, the thing is, like, he's built up this thing. You can't bet against Nolan, right? And nobody is saying it's going to flop. It would be like even Tenet, when it came out during COVID, that did pretty good considering half the theaters were closed. What did it do? $330 million worldwide when no other movie was out and nobody was fucking leaving. It still did pretty good. And dude, and that whole hullabaloo with Warner Brothers releasing day and date, that cost him Nolan. That's why he left. That was a big mistake. That was a big mistake. Imagine losing Nolan, like the one director. They
are pretty retarded.
Warner Brothers, dude, America's dumbest entertainment company.
And that's a tough competition.
A lot of tough competition. But imagine owning DC, controlling Harry Potter, controlling Lord of the Rings, controlling Looney Tunes. Now we still have to see how the movie, the Coyote versus Acme or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how that turns out. We'll see if that was a good decision or not. I'm not ready to jump on them for that. They canceled Batgirl, which was great. But Black Snape, they kneecapped House of the Dragon in season 2, and the plot leaks from season 3 sound horrendous. Horrendous. Just completely miles off the book. Right. Can't get DC off the ground. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of what they control. They should be in like almost on the same level as Disney, which is fucking up too. But like Disney is still kicking their ass, which is just sad. If you end up playing Starfleet Academy Bridge Simulator SNES game, you can play it from your newly acquired chair. I can. This one right here. This one right here. This one right here. Afternoon, fellas. Hope y'all are doing well listening at work. Thank you, High King Feanor, Alpha Chad, Chino Camino, says Magnum Norris for $5. Great Gelly for $10. Good stuff, boyos. Thank you for addressing it. Hail FNT. There's multitude of opinions here, Mahler. Hunter for $10 says, you guys running like rats when Chrissy catches some heat. Don't preach fellowship or authenticity to me ever again.
Wow, that is an opinion.
Yeah. I'll repeat it here, what I said on Friday Night Tights. I talked to Chrissy beforehand and everything in that statement. I told her a lot of the same. And I just felt like her channel was, because she wanted to wait till Sunday to talk about it, whatever she was going to say about it. It's like, it would probably be best on your channel and not on FNT, so it doesn't become a 4-hour Chrissy roast fest, which it would have been, right? And that wouldn't have been really nice for Chrissy, and it would have, jacked up the whole show, because we don't discuss drama at all. And that was it. She was just asked to sit it out to mitigate. That's all.
Well, I don't know what a fellowship is worth if you can't hold your friends to the standards that you're bound by as like a fellowship. What would be the point otherwise? You gotta, it's tough. It's a challenge. You gotta call shit out when you see it. That's what the big discussion about it is. It's happened in all kinds of different communities all over the fucking internet. Unfortunately, people make mistakes, and so you gotta do your best to try and course correct and help them out. Do what you can.
Do what you can. I do what I can. It's not any different. Well, I guess it is different, but when I'm talking to a sponsor, or when I'm even talking my sponsees or sponsors, you got to. It's rough sometimes, the things you hear. It's really rough. And my general philosophy with the sponsee, especially if like a relapse happens or anything like that, is of course go to a meeting. But I try to sit them down and not give them any advice. It's the same thing if my kid was in huge trouble. It's like, what are you going to do to get out of this? I'm there to support in every way, but it's up to them to figure it out ultimately. And you really want to get a sense of their headspace too. And relapsing sucks, right? So first thing is like, of course I'll go to a meeting with you. Let's go right now. But it is for them to get to the point of their accountability with the action of relapsing or whatever, or if my kid fucks something up, I just do the dad thing and go, how are you going to deal with this? That's it. Because that's exactly what my dad did to me. And ultimately it worked. TJ Jordan, since Az is dead again, can I borrow his cool shit? Yes, I will offer you Az's stuff. Chino Camino, good stuff, boyos. Possible to fix Star Wars by making a new episode 7 through 9 trilogy that explains Palp's return, Kylo's fall, all the mystery box shit, and make the sequels 10 through 12. No,
I don't even know. Like, even if you have the power to do it, it's just like you can't get any actors back now. It's not gonna happen. It's just no. Yeah, you just go somewhere else in the universe if you do anything at all.
Hey, 1,000. Ryan said it, 1,000 years ahead, and just go from there. And if Luke Skywalker or any of the events of Star Wars, it's myth at that point. It's treated as myth, and it's just told in passing, or maybe to tell another story. But the problem with that is you're essentially creating a new IP, because you're so far ahead. You're not going to have any of the iconography, any of the ships or anything.
No, and that's the state they're in. It's worse to be attached to the Star Wars name now than it isn't.
Yeah. Sneck says, who are we talking about? Mr. Flaggett? Well, yeah. You guys are all retards. I knew that already. Melanie has always been a retard. Darth Gavel, I am Charlie Kirk for $2. Less Chrissy now, more savvy. More savvy. Madam Savvy. That is a lot of autism. It's a lot of autism. Samurai for $5. This is all stupid. I met Mel and FNT meetup. The enemy are the Wokies. Quarter messed up. Mel didn't. We make fun of the left for eating each other. Yeah, I mean, quartering messed up. for sure. Samurai, but this isn't the way I see it, it's not a petty drama or a simple disagreement over politics or whatever, or some gossip shit. It's false flagging, right? And being honest. Being honest is really fucking important to me. I don't like being lied to. Sadukar, 7th Legion for 5 British pounds. Hey, Gary, glad you are keeping well, mate. Can't be bothered with the playground crap, except the one rule that you give it, be prepared to take it. Ultimately, yes.
It is something about all this that did bother me. Listening to different people talk about it is referring to it as drama.
It's it's not.
Dude, people's lives are getting destroyed by these things. It's technically, yes, it is drama, but I mean, I don't want to. This isn't the same as someone saying, "Hey, I think your take on TLJ is silly." Like, ooh, dramatic. Like, no. We're talking about livelihoods and the ability to express yourself,
or even like saying something controversial.
Yeah,
right. It's beyond that, because ultimately, what's behind this again is false flagging, stealing content, and being honest.
And by the way, if this is petty drama, I don't know what is significant drama on the internet at this point.
Yeah. I've never seen anything like this. This is crazy. This is fucking crazy. And it all could have been dealt with.
How many channels have gone down? Do we have like a number?
I honestly do not know. I'm sure somebody's kept a record of that. But it's more than the Kino Casino clip channel.
Yeah.
And that's not counting videos that have gone down, like specific videos. Like false flagging in all of its forms sucks. That's like, and as Ryan said on FNT, that's a really fucking basic statement. That's like, I'm against bad things. Yeah. Now, when somebody is like clipping out your content, Jeremy talked about this yesterday. There's room to think about this a little bit. If somebody's putting up your whole video, or I don't know, silencing the audio and putting your own audio for it. I mean, that's all of that's wrong. A clip of a certain size is fine. I don't care.
Because I totally I'm with that statement of like, there's no bravery in saying it, but at the same time, it's like, if you don't, some people do just start thinking like, I can get away with it.
Yeah. And then like once it starts, it gets worse. Right.
Yeah.
And it really undermines the foundation of the platform, which not everybody's happy with YouTube. YouTube's doing their own shit on their own too. Right. So it's just a matter of, if you are a proponent of free speech, people can say what they want and do what they want. And if you are hypercritical, and I certainly sling a lot of shit to Hollywood and Hollywood actors, and if people want to sling it at me, fine. I'm totally fine with it. It doesn't bother me in the least bit. And that's where the mindset part I was talking about earlier comes in. You just and look, it doesn't make anybody better than anybody else. It's just some people are not made for the internet and are. And if it's not your job, why be terminally on the internet? Like, that would be ridiculous. And doom scrolling is called doom scrolling for a reason, for sure. But like Alyssa Clips, she asked permission. She asked me once, and I just said, clip what you want. It's fine. I don't care. Now, I look at clips the same way as Lars Ulrich should have looked at Napster. It ultimately helps. It doesn't really hurt. If Asmongold covers one of my videos, that's fucking awesome. That's brilliant.
We've had since doing like all the reactor stuff from Twitch. It's a basic rule. I know you'll know what I mean, but it's just like, don't take the piss. Just do it. Go ahead. Make all your own stuff. Upload clips, whatever. Just don't wholesale upload it with no commentary on your own channel. That'd be kind of annoying.
Yeah,
don't do that. You'll be fine.
Yeah, the only time I've ever had to do anything, and that's off platform, is I have a TikTok account because there are TikTok accounts that just call themselves Nerdrotic, right? And that's like, just change the fucking name or something, whatever. But that's the only time we've had to ever do anything. Otherwise, I don't care. FNT always has my respect. Cheers, Wolfwood. Mac Daddy for $9.99. Whenever there's a slow news week, you should do that FNT phase 1 through 3 movie tier list. We really should. I rewatch the variety list video on the Daily Channel once a month because it's hilarious. Hail FNT, hail chat. I still have that article, and I think it would be great to go over. We could just add to it, right? Once a couple new movies come out, but it's not a bad idea. Chris B for $5. Set up. The thing is, before we get, sorry, Chris B. This is probably the last slow, maybe there might be a month later in the year, but it's kind of on as soon as The Mandalorian starts.
Like Donkey Kong.
Yep. Chris B for $5. Said it before, I'll say it again. Internet drama is so damn lame and gay. Mostly it is, and I fucking hate it for precisely this reason. Cope any harder? $10. Can't wait for Chrissy to show up and interrupt the conversation with the usual unfunny jokes and add nothing to value to the topic and still not explain what the oranges are for. Human nails on chalk. There is 2 oranges and 2 brooms in that one. Single guy cooking for $5. The entire FNT is always on the same page, according to Gary, but he cannot see the page, and Jeremy cannot read it, period. Well, I can't read it either, in fairness to Jeremy. I can't read it either. Southeastern Kaiju. Is the quartering here with us now? Don't care. TJ Jordan for $1.99. Gary, I hate oranges. Me, the Godfather? Yeah, I didn't think about it like that. I blame Garrett. It's most likely his fault. Bro's too busy editing videos, but somehow he's to blame. I just know it. I did too. Man, bro, dude. Thank you for the 20. Chat, quick. Overwhelmingly demand they kick Ryan, says Colin Walker. I told her she was making a mistake and she called me a liberal. The fuck, Chrissy, says Max K for $5. Yeah. Rolling out with the SJW argument is a choice. Wigton bronies for $9.99. It's crazy seeing people on X praising Born Again who acknowledged how much damage it's done to the Netflix series. I believe the reason being is that it aligns with their political beliefs. Yeah.
There's that. There's also just these people, much like a lot of media that comes out these days, they're just happy it's still on. Thank you for giving us more Daredevil with the characters we like and the actors we like. And it's like, all that's going to mean nothing when it's over. Because it was substanceless crap. There's no rewatchability. And all it'll be is loads of analysis like, what the fuck happened? And maybe sometimes it's better to just leave it alone.
Yep. The Buzz CJC for $5. Your interview with AJ was amazing, Gary. Thank you. I appreciate it. Southeastern Kaiju for $1.99. I'm anti-struggle sessions. I am as well. And that's why I thought it was a better idea to not have Chrissy on Friday. Gare Bear, $1.99 for $20. Today I turned 24 and I've been watching for 4 years. Wanted to say thank you for the fellowship, G&G, and everyone for all you do. And as a fellow Gary, we could stand together. P.S. Gonna be a psychologist. Maybe I can fix you figs, but probably not. No, there's no. Listen,
there's no fixing us.
There's no fixing. No. Gary, man of the people, as is still dead. Sad face. R.I.P. Kyle Loftus from 1320 video, a YouTube OG. Have you heard of Kyle Loftus? I have not. Let me look.
I don't think so. What is it?
Kyle Loftus, the founder of the motorsports media platform. Okay, 1320 video. Died at the age of 43. On May 5th, 2026. He was discovered deceased in his home in Nebraska, and authorities have ruled the death not suspicious, though no official cause of death has been publicly disclosed. disclosed Loftus was a pioneering figure in street racing and drag racing culture, launching 1320 Video in 2003. Long before the dominance of YouTube and Instagram, he built his brand into a global phenomenon with over 10 million combined followers across social media platforms, documenting grassroots car culture and inspiring a generation of creators, including Cletus McFarland. Rest in peace. That sucks. Don't know how he died. I could probably guess, but don't know. Glib facsimile. I can say that for 20. Says, funny how all the grifters who have no deeper knowledge about movies, comics, and games are being blown out of this sector. As Good Jer said, never mess with the internet. It's all about chat, and the house always wins. The internet is undefeated. The internet is undefeated. Lazarus for £5 British. Oh, Chrissy is in trouble anyway. She pissed off the casino, and those two being pissed off is bad news for whoever it is. Make sure you ask Chrissy about her own history of false flagging channels next time she's on, says Coco Crisp. I did see some of that going around. I did. Ron, but I don't know the context. I'll find out, though. I like fruits, especially green apples. Also, I like, it doesn't say bananas. It's missing B. Bananas pizza. There, I said it. So what? Bring it. I'm going to whoop y'all. It says ananas, not bananas. So it took me a second. I'm like, what? So bananas on pizza. I can't judge. I like pineapple on pizza. Someone please explain what's going on. I refer you to a lot of videos on YouTube. Gary Jones for €5. Are you guys doing any fan meetups during the time in Japan? I'm going on vacation from the 16th for 2 weeks and would love to meet you guys. We'll see if there's enough time. Our schedule's pretty tight, but once we get there and we get over our jet lag, I will let you guys know if we're going to be any close to you. Zombie Dude for $1.99. What are the oranges for? What does it mean? If I told you, it might break
the universe, man.
It's secrets of the universe. Ben for $5 says, hey, little platoon, after Judas, what would be your dream game to lead right for and why? The rest of you have a blessed day.
I'm not sure what he would say to that question. I'd be curious to know myself.
I'm not either. Colin Walker for $4.99. Lots of drama and bad takes around lately. Let's all just make sure that we don't let Shad off the hook for his take on Twilight and or AI. Oh, we never will. We never will.
No.
As is Wonky Eyebrow for $2. Why is Az wearing a sorting hat? Hail FNT. Ranger George for £5 British. How's your weekend going? And there's an orange. I love how you keep Az in the credits. What a great memorial. Rest in peace, you Fargate. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll keep him in there. Why not? Or we'll replace him. We'll see. I'm still going to see the Odyssey because I'm a mark, but a TV movie starring Armand Desante from 30 years ago was way more, has a more exciting trailer. And it's pretty good. I actually like it. I don't know if you've seen it. Dark Red Knight for 2 Canadian pesos. I guess I'm a leftist now. And there's a bunch of oranges. Iron Morgan for 20. Greetings, FNT crew. I'm in Destin, Florida on vacation and purposely shut off from social media with the exception of listening to you guys. The beach and fishing are great, but it wouldn't be complete without listening to FNT. Then it must have been a confusing one for you in the beginning. A little bit. Al Lurick for $9.99. Why did Chrissy ask Melanie what was wrong with Badger on April 6th, then act like she was unaware of the situation going on? Well, you know what? I don't know about the April 6th thing, but yeah, she definitely knew on April 22nd. And that was put out there. So, and Brittany tried to press her on that, and I don't believe we got the best explanation. Zombie Dude for $4.99. Hollywood, we need a blind Asian woman to replace the original voice actor of a cartoon character named ATLA for accurate representation. Also, Hollywood, Black Snape. The only time matching a voice actor with their character's traits that worked was Mark Hamill playing the Joker, both insane clowns. Hail the fellowship. Jason J for $2. Sweep, 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 Chrissy. Gotta love them oranges and the feeling of the felt. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Bubba Doom for $5. I won't say what the oranges are for, but I will say wash them before you eat them. For the love of everything good and holy, wash them. Multiple oranges. Chrissy stole kids' Christmas gifts, says Doom Studios for $5.99. Eudite for $2. What was that?
Grinch maxing, I guess.
Maxing, you said maxing.
We're a tree.
Yeah. I mean, again, I heard it, but I don't know the details of it. I don't know the details, but I'll find out. Eudite, 4 days till Deathly Hallows audio play. Now it's a day. I can get you an exact time. You okay, Muller? Doing all right?
Yeah, so me and Drinker are streaming at some point, and he's gonna have to tell me. He's told me he's late, but so basically I have to go at some point. I don't know when.
Oh yeah, we're almost done. Yeah, it's tonight, 3:00 in the morning tonight. Rumble rants, and then we're done. Gary, remember to get a shock tracker collar for X-ray girls so you don't bring back another girl or feminine boy. You won't notice until months later. You racist, and Ryan won't tell you about it. You're probably right. Occupant 42 has gifted 5 Nerdrotic Rumble memberships. Thank you. And Unicycle Peon is a monthly supporter. 2 years ago tomorrow, I stepped out of high school one last time. Now I'm almost done learning how to drive. Seriously, I hate my own generation. We're so damn lazy, just like Ryan. Undead Nerd, congratulations. Driving is freedom. I just got thrown here from Rumble Autoplay. It's early afternoon here, not nighttime. Are we on Australian time now? When did this start streaming like that they are real people whose time matters? Plague Doctor, I don't know how to answer that. It's Friday Night Tights in the afternoon. Dirty Weaker has gifted 5 Rumble memberships. First reference, May the 4th, was in 1979 in Margaret Thatcher political ad. Disney published it hard, but Darth Kennedy isn't that clever. Mod Eric says Odysseus sails a Viking longship instead of a Greek. Oh boy, I don't know how to pronounce that. And the Cyclops has its eye and nose on its side of its face. Nolan knows better than Homer. Actors are paid to give performances to make you feel things. Influencers use authenticity to do the same thing with immediate feedback with no filler between them and the audience. I hate the word influencers. We just chit chat.
Influentially, apparently.
You all do not understand. Nolan is a genius. Lupita Nyong'o to play Helen of Troy is great. She is going to play the Helen after the Greeks burnt the city. She is crispy charcoal, daughter of Zeus. That's a mod. Mod Eric. PGMD has gifted 1 Rumble membership, and Lupita Nyong'o has the face that launched a dugout canoe. Why is I said it like baseball, like a dugout canoe. Why is Odysseus sailing a Viking longship instead of a Greek trireme? Trireme. I don't know. He is the new Lick PP. I will destroy your mythos. Eric's mad. I think a lot of people are mad. The history bros are going to have a field day with this, Muller.
And everyone's going to have to brush up on pronunciations when this film comes out.
Shit, why bother at this point? Why bother? I stick with my bad pronunciations. Why change now? Why change now? Got a few more over here. What are you streaming with Drinker later?
Resident Evil.
Oh, yeah.
The way this has just worked out now is I have Buffy and then Resident Evil switching out each week. So it's quite fun.
That's cool. That's work.
Celebrating 90s, media.
Yep.
Regularly.
I hate this has been dragged in your house. Love FNT, and I don't want FNT dragged down by a scumbag that I think just needs to get off the bottle. I did read that one. Just trying to get caught up here. Big Worm, thank you for gifting 5 Nerdrotic memberships. Bebop Cowboy. God dang it. It's spelled where it's even harder for a retarded guy to read it. I mean, it was hard to begin with. Jesus Davila has gifted 1 Nerdrotic membership. As an ex-con recovering addict myself, I can completely relate to where you're coming from, Gary. From the drama to the addiction, hail to you in the chat. Cheers. Solo Explorer is a new member. Welcome. Winston is a new member. Welcome. Have a blessed day, Gary. I'm working, sweating my ass off. Oh, you must be working outside. It's hot out here in Texas. I don't know where you are, buddy. Solo has gifted a Nerdrotic Live membership. Draken is a new member. Brocky Man. Wasn't Phil Mike Hunt in Fargate season 3? He was.
Yeah. A lot of deleted scenes with him. So.
A lot of deleted scenes and an unfortunate death.
Mm-hmm.
Solo has gifted 5 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Speed Force says, hey, Gary, with all love, brother, please fire Chrissy. She is disrespectful to the chat. She is disrespectful to her own friends, except Melanie Mack. It is important to respect the chat, respect the audience, respect the customer. That's ultimately what it is. And what I talked about it earlier, what has gotten comic books, publishing, video games, fucking Bud Light, car companies, and Hollywood, what is the common denominator that's got them all in trouble? They've disrespected the customer. Trash Panda's Rule is a new member. And will Gary stream GTA 6? Will GTA 6 come out, Mikey Gussler?
Someday.
All right. So that's a long one because we had a lot to catch up on. We really did. So Mahler, you're going to be streaming with Drinker any minute.
In I think maybe 20 minutes. I'm not sure. But yes, we're going to be doing the second half of Resident Evil Remake from 2002. I can't remember if it came out then or not. It was the GameCube game because he loves it and I love it too.
I'm so familiar with
oh yeah, I know. I don't
GameCube.
have to explain more to you.
So familiar. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be I gotta work on a video. Do my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get about a month's worth of stuff done within 2 weeks before we go to Japan. But we have Real BBC tomorrow. I can't remember. It's on Az's, the Dead Az's channel, right?
Yeah, in theory.
Pretty sure. But all kinds of happenings today. Oh my, yes. So thank you to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. And I appreciate you. We appreciate all the lurkers, everybody who participated. The chat rules. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.